You found the coolest place to be, the PlayStation Collecting Hits, and come on, won't you sing with me? Welcome to the show. Gather round the boys and girls, collectors from around the world. Let's show the people what they need to know. Welcome to the show. Gonna talk to guests, only got the best. Gonna put their knowledge to the test. Gonna laugh and meet, gonna live the dream. Gonna show you things you've never seen. Gonna sing a song to the break of dawn. Gonna rock this party all night long. So come on everybody, let me see you dance. Get yourself ready for one more chance. You found the coolest place to be, the PlayStation Collecting Hits, and come on, won't you sing with me? Welcome to the show. Gather round the boys and girls, collectors from around the world. Let's show the people what they need to know. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Hey, welcome to the show, everyone.
Hey,
So-
what's going on, everybody?
What's going on? What's going
What
on,
it
people?
is. We are in episode number 3 of the PlayStation Collectors Podcast Season 2, and tonight we have Mr. Wright, Retro Neo Ness, and AyoMega on the show. Welcome,
What's
guys.
going on? What's going on?
What's up, everybody?
How's it going?
And don't forget Larry.
Larry. That's
Oh
right.
my God, where'd
Larry.
that thing come from? Oh Jesus, get it off.
And an extra special guest. We're not going to explain that for the audience on Spotify. Larry would just have to show up and be Larry.
Yeah, Larry will come every now and then.
That's awesome.
Steve, it's been a while since we've seen you, man. What have you been up to since you've been on the show last?
Man, working all day and all night, man. I've been doing this new PlayStation greatest hits collection, y'all. I started a new series on the channel every Wednesday called the PlayStation Pursuit, where did the stupid thing to say I'm going to collect every greatest hit that PlayStation has ever made. That means PlayStation 1,
man.
PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and PSP. Every single greatest hit. That means I'm gonna have a library larger than the NES when I finish. And it has been fun. We're on episode, I think six, I think, but I have like 8 more episodes in the chamber. So like for the next 2 months, you're still gonna getting good content. And tonight I'm gonna show y'all one of the rarest games that I did get for the PlayStation Pursuit. I haven't even showed it on my channel yet, but exclusive for you. I say it for you, Fizzy. But y'all, this has been really good because the reason why I did this, I just really thought it was weird that people talk like, oh, the greatest hits are just not good games, but they're the same games. They're just, they're just different colors. Yes, the PlayStation 1 has a green ugly label. It does stand out if you put it with black label. But if you put those by itself and the PlayStation 2, 3, and 4 by themselves, it look great. You have a great like subset of video games that you can play, and it's easy to, well, if you're going for the full set, it's kind of difficult, but a lot of the games are great. Some people won't not want the sports games. Some games people only want the little children's games, but it's a lot of great games that you can get, and it's so many. I mean, so I'm finding like, oh, they made this in the greatest hits. I never played this game before because PlayStation 2 especially has so many amazing titles. So that's what I'm doing. Check the channel out every Wednesday. It's getting more and more steam. I have never had this many people talk to me about a series that I've done before. So I know it's really good. So hope y'all enjoy it.
Man.
That's what I've been up to.
Nice.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I love it, man. So yeah, I find sometimes like going for full sets of anything, it's just gonna be overwhelming. So like going for any type of subset is really fun. Like it's funny that you started doing that. I started doing it for PS4 maybe like 4 months ago. I probably have like 16 of them or something like that. Just the greatest hits for that. Just because, like you said, I love how they look together.
Mhm.
And what I want to do is with the red spines, I want to set up a little setup with my red Spider-Man PS4 Pro with all the red games by themselves in like one little section. I think that'll look
There you
fire.
go.
And then I'll have like another. Yeah, dude. So it's like
The red
they
controllers.
look very cool together. And same thing with the PS3 cases. They look cool, I think, too. The red
Dude,
cases and stuff.
it-
Yeah.
Talking about the PS4, right? What I'm learning, that's a weird set right there, right? Because if you go by the list that's on online, I think it's Wikipedia. They have like greatest hits for US, and then they have US for Japan, then they US for like EU for the European market.
Mm-hmm.
But they all play on the PlayStation 4, right? So do you count those? Do you count the US? It's so many different ones, right? Like Mad Max,
The
was
PAL one.
the PAL
Yeah.
one, right? But Mad Max on the PlayStation 4, they did like a commercial for it, but it's on the store, but the physical release is on a promotional poster. So it's like, where's this game? And are they going to release any more anytime soon? It's so weird. Like, I don't know. It's an ongoing thing. It's really difficult to like each like PlayStation 1 each set has a difficult game to find. Maybe like 2 difficult games to find. The PlayStation 4 has some difficult games to find, and we'll talk about that later. But it's not an easy set because some things you just don't know. I like, wow, this is the greatest hits. This is the greatest hits, and they changed it from greatest hits to PlayStation hits. So yeah, it's weird. It's so PlayStation Day. It's so PlayStation.
I'm always surprised at the different titles. I think the stipulation is that game has to sell 500,000 copies. But certain games will be like kids games that make it on the greatest hits that you're like,
Yeah.
become a greatest hits title and different things like that. But it's sold and it
The
reached
one-
the thing and different things like that.
Bro, the one I'm gonna show you tonight, I don't even think it's gonna be a good game. I haven't even played it yet, but I'm like, this is a greatest hits, but it's actually one of the most difficult so far that I had looked up. It's hard to find. I'm like, wow. And I don't know why. I don't know why.
Ness, this is your first time on the channel, man. Tell us about yourself and your collection. What do you do?
Yeah, Retro Neo Ness. I'm a Neo Geo enthusiast. Yeah, so
you can say that again.
Yeah,
I know, right?
I am insane, is what a lot of my friends
Passionate is the word.
Well, there
to
you
use
go.
in the PlayStation Collectors Podcast.
I
Y'all,
like that better.
he is
I like
rich,
that better.
y'all.
No,
he
I
got
am
that
not.
money.
That
No,
too. Yeah.
I am not. No, I'm not. No, I.
Oh, stop being modest. Come on, man. You got some cash.
Modest?
You know you do.
No.
He being modest.
Well,
He got a
okay.
small house behind him, y'all.
I started collecting, like legitimately collecting just video games in general 3 years ago. So I had maybe 20, 25 childhood games that I just never let go of from the time I was 4 till adulthood. So I never let go of those games. And then, pandemic happened and I was bored. I needed something to do. And then I was like, you know what? I want to really get back into collecting video games. I have space now. I can do that. And then I was talking to a buddy and I was like, hey, man, I'm thinking about collecting video games. He's like, oh, yeah, man, get back into it. Because he's a big NES collector. He's got a full set outside of stadium events. That's the only game he's missing. And I was like, I'm going for Neo Geo. He's like, what? He's like, you come again? You want to collect what now? And I bought a Japanese console box. It was in the box, had the joystick, and then my first game was it was Art of Fighting 2. It was a Japanese version. And originally I was like, I'm gonna collect all the Japanese and all the English versions of Neo Geo. Yeah, that went out the door real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Real quick.
And then
Hopes and dreams, bro.
it shifted. It shifted to I'm gonna go for a US set, or I'm actually gonna go for the complete AES, which is the Advanced Entertainment System. So the home console version. I'm going for every cart that was made for the console in English and Japanese. So there's Japanese exclusives that I'm going after, and then everything else is in English.
Bro.
It's
awesome, man.
Bro.
yeah. I'm sitting.
Is there a number on that? Ness?
Yeah, I'm about 55 games away from completing the set. That doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a lot.
That's a lot.
in
Each
Neo
one is
Geo.
$400 to $1,000, probably, right?
No,
Somewhere in that
more than
ballpark.
that. No, more than
I
that.
wish.
More? No,
I wish
wish-
we would all be doing it.
So I did a video on this on my channel for one of the most rarest, expensive Neo Geo games out there, which is a fighting game called Kazuna Tag Encounter. And currently, the listing for that
I
game
don't even want
is
to know.
$300,000. I'll never have
wow.
that game. That's probably the one game that I will get in Japanese. That there's one out there in English, but I can't afford that. Nowhere near it. I couldn't put a down payment
I'm
on
gonna
it.
get the
I'm not
Rock to
taking a
buy it for
loan.
me, and then we'll
That's
start in the
just-
collection.
And this
together.
isn't sealed copies. This is just a used.
Yeah,
open
this
copy.
is a used copy. Yeah.
Mm. Goodness
Metal Slug
gracious.
1, $30,000 game, easy. Probably won't get that in English.
My
Probably
lord.
be a Japanese. Or I could just go and get it on an MVS, which is the arcade cart version. So
I have it on PSP. It's fine.
yeah, hey, yes, I have all the games on my Steam Deck. Yeah, I play them all on my Steam Deck too, and I've got a modded MVS.
I do the
back there,
same
too.
thing. I have every PS1 game emulated 30,000 ways, but I still buy every one. That I
Yeah.
want. It's like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. That's not the point.
Something about having the physical copy just does something. I don't know why.
Collecting
It's
in itself is the fun part of
Yes,
the fun.
fun.
It's a separate and like symbiotic thing with gaming. Like I
Mhm.
like playing the games, but hunting the games, finding the games, getting good prices, getting good deals, trading. That's all fun. Networking.
Oh yeah,
That's all part of the enjoyment of it. You know what I mean?
Putting the original hardware in and playing it on that.
yes, that's,
Yeah.
it's so good.
It is cool. It's true. And like,
And yes, what do you do on social media, man?
I mean, really, just YouTube and then Instagram. So I post a lot of my recent pickups on Instagram, which consist of Neo Geo and then some other consoles, Super Nintendo, NES, Xbox. I do a lot of Xbox stuff. I'm actually going for very similar to what Right Way is doing right now. I'm actually going for a Platinum Hits set on Xbox, OG Xbox. So I'm doing that right now. I'm not recording or anything. It's just a little side project to keep me away from losing all of my money from
I was going to say it's a little more affordable and you still have some fun.
Yeah, it's a
You
little
don't
bit
have to,
easier to
like-
manage than like, hey, let's see, how much
You
do
have
I
to
need to
refinance
invest?
your house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
refinance.
And he being modest, y'all. I'm telling. We had this conversation like off camera, and there's one game we're not gonna talk about it, but he refusing to buy it. I say, dude, you need to go buy it. It's gone. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm like, you need to go
You
buy
know what?
it.
Funny
It's-
thing, I
And it's
looked
3
it
of them
up.
on there right now.
I did see it.
You see it?
I did, but I'm
I
not
almost
buying
went and got one myself. I said, dude, you better go get one because in case I might want to just do it on the side myself. I'm like, dude, it's 3 right now. We can't say what it is because if we do, everybody gonna try to get it. But dude, it's 3 right now.
it. Let
and they
me
cheap.
let me ask the group a question real quick. So when you're collecting, you generally, or is it just random? You just purchase whenever, trade however you want to do it, or do you make a justification for a certain console? Other consoles you're like, that's too much, but for the console that you really really love, you're like, I can splurge a couple extra bucks for that. Do you feel the same way?
The PS3 is
100%.
mine.
I would
I'm
say
like,
every-
my limit's $100,
Yeah.
and then I'm like to Joe the other day, Joe, I got a $400 bid on this PS3 game. He's like, what?
My thing about that is, and a lot of people don't want to do this, and I can understand. And I did this for the Barbie game, right? I would definitely trade anything in my collection for one rare game that probably would never come up again, like that Barbie on the 3DS, because I wouldn't be able to complete my 3DS collection without that game. It's like almost like stadium events, right? So like I traded in like about $5,000 worth of games, and a lot of those were like GameCube. I had like about $200-300 GameCube games, but I was saying I can easily find these. It's gonna take time again. And I got a lot of those games like through good stuff, Goodwill, GameStop, just trades and stuff like that. So it wasn't really costing me anything. So if you see a game that you really want that's like super hard to buy and you don't want to spend the money on it, look at your collection like, okay, this can go, this can go, and then get that one game, because you never know, that might not come around again. And that's really like how I got a lot of stuff. It might put you back, but I think a lot of collectors sometimes hold on to stuff and they're not even playing, but they come across a game like, I really want that, but then I ain't got no money. Trade the other stuff and you can get it back. The fun part about it is going out trying to find to get it back.
Thrill the hunt.
I don't have that luxury in Neo Geo, unfortunately. It may be like 6 or 7 years before I see another copy of a certain game. It's like that. I mean, I have the connections now, which is good. So they have an ear to the floor, to the ground, whatever you want to call it. You know, like, hey man, I got this game coming. I got this lot of Neo Geo games, and I'm like, wait, you're getting a lot? You purchased a lot from somebody else? Like multiple Neo Geo games? Like, okay, you're way out there. You're way more advanced than I ever am right now. I mean, 3 years in the game, but I'm still learning. So
I would love to get it. I would love to collect Neo Geo again.
Yeah, same here.
Mega, it's your first time on the channel too, man. Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, so I make a lot of comedy-based content around like video game reviews, impressions, things of that nature. I love making people laugh. That's like one of my outlets. It always brings joy to myself that I can like share that to other people. You know, if somebody's having a bad day, you know, throw a skit up. You know, they hit me up. So, oh man, just like brighten up my day, going through stuff like that. So just bringing smiles to other people's faces is like what really drives me more to make this content. Even if only one person watches it, hey, look, that's one person that I helped out that may have just been having a crappy day. So that's what keeps me doing what I'm doing. But in terms of my social media presence, the comedy skits, I do a lot of that around gaming related content on my Instagram. Twitter, I use that as kind of like my funnel to I think Steve and Ness already knows about me. Get some hot takes out there. You know, some of them may not be received.
Twitter does that to everybody, man. It's just something about it.
Boy, I'm telling you, like some of them may not be received as, you know, a polite manner, but you know, it's coming from the heart because, you know, I'm not new to this. I'm true to all this. One which was last year. I had them Sonic fanboys coming after my throat, man, all because I specifically said that Sonic Frontiers game that was coming out. I just hope that it gets delayed because it needs some extra polishing. And I'm telling you, man, I was called everything other than a child of God. And one person even said that the language, he specifically said that the vitriolic, hateful speech that you are talking right now is just as bad as what Hitler said about a specific community. I said, wow. Bro, we doing that?
That's Godwin's law right there, man. You do anything on the internet, and eventually you'll be related to Hitler.
Oh my god!
No, I
sounds like
agree.
a
You always want a game delayed because delayed game means the game's gonna work when it comes
eventually. It works, yeah. Like that you know that's the theory behind it, and most of the time that will work. But yeah, things like that.
There's some fandoms out there you just got to be careful of, man. You can't talk too much shit about Zelda. You can't talk too much shit about like you just can't, man. People get too mad.
That's like their Beyonce.
Ooh, don't
exactly. Or yeah. Oh, what was it? Who was it? Cardi B's fans? Don't they go after everybody? If you say anything about her? I love Cardi B, by the way.
As of recently, you can't really say anything about From Software games because I'm not sure if you guys like are familiar with the Armored Core series, but they showed a trailer of Armored Core 6. And for the most part, people was excited about it, but the main gripe that people were having is that it's using assets from like maybe PS3, PS4 gen, things like that. People are still excited about the game, but they're like making basic corrective criticism as to why it can be better, and then people just jumping down their throats for wanting a better game, surprisingly. So, you know, we got that subdivision of gamers out there.
But knowing From Software, they don't care themselves. They just want to make a new Armored Core game because they're hardcore game developers, and they'll make a game that they want to make, not what the fans want, which is awesome.
Exactly. And I will say, in terms of collecting, well, for me, I've had probably three. Well, this would be like my fourth phase in just like my collecting journey. I started when I was 8. I had NES, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, couple of Sega CD games, things like that. Stupidly sold them to Funko Land, now former GameStop. Kind of stupid of me. Egg on my face. It was a broke kid, couldn't really afford stuff like that. And then as I sold most of my older games to buy new stuff, I was then realizing how much more fun and valuable the older games were. So I started buying them back. And then when I got into my 20s, I'm like, I actually don't want any of this stuff anymore. So I sold it all again. And now come 2019, and actually me and my fiance, we were looking through magazines, and I have the specific magazine right here. It was this GamePro magazine, the one that has Tekken. What is this? Tekken Tag Tournament. Yeah, this one has Tekken Tag Tournament and a bunch of previews from like N64 and PS1 games, things like that.
That's a great game, bro.
That's a good one, man.
It was this one, and because I got like a box of like 2, maybe 300 GamePro magazines. I damn near got all of them now I think about it. And this one that has Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Yep. And this was a thick boy. Like this is about I want to say like 150-ish odd pages.
Man, those magazines are so good back in the day.
Oh my gosh.
Man, they're so good. I got so many. I love GamePro. I love to have a complete GamePro or Nintendo Power. I got like a lot of each, but man, those are so nice. GamePro. Do y'all remember? I mean, step on you, man.
You good, man.
Do y'all remember the PSM, the PlayStation unofficial PlayStation magazine?
Yep. Oh yeah,
I got this that it came with a bunch of games on it every week. Oh,
no, not that. That was the US one. They had a different one. I'm gonna get it in a minute, but they had like a sticker, like the magazine. It was like independent, but they had like a little sticker at the in the middle where you can like put in your PlayStation 1. Y'all keep talking. I'm gonna go find it real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, I think I have a bunch of PSMs. I don't know if there's like he said, there's two different ones. There's like PlayStation Magazine and there's PSM, I believe, which stands.
I think I have a couple of PlayStation magazines.
I got
tons of boxes.
I still got my Lara Croft swimsuit edition.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's right.
That's what we call vintage.
Here you go. Here they are. This PSM
yes, those are the ones I have.
PSM.
Yeah, I have a bunch of those. Yeah.
This was my favorite PlayStation magazine.
I got the one that has Metal Gear Solid 2 on it.
Oh,
I have the one that has Metal Gear Solid 2 on. I don't have that one though.
Here's this one. Has Final Fantasy on this one. I got 3 or 4 more, but I gotta find. But here's one that had Final Fantasy. All of them had like different artwork and stuff. They were so amazing.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the PSM magazines, didn't those have demo discs, or is it the PlayStation Underground magazine I'm thinking about?
No, the demo discs were from the US PlayStation magazine.
Oh, okay.
And they had each issue on that one. They had a magazine, then I got like in the binder too. So
I got some of the Undergrounds ones.
The Underground, oh my gosh, Underground stuff was so good.
Underground was the baddest. It was definitely the baddest
stuff.
Oh, but in terms of like to finish off, like terms of collecting, I was looking through these magazines and then just getting a rush of nostalgia. I was like, you know what? I want to start getting GameCube games again. So stupidly, unknowingly at the time, there was a surplus of them things because this was like 2019, like around November, December 2019. So in 2020 hit, everything just went up. And so everything I got, it's this wall right here. So since 2019, I've been collecting pretty much any GameCube game that I can find, or at least the ones that I want to collect for. And I've amassed 120 GameCube games. Nice. And I'm probably gonna stop around like 140-ish, maybe 50-ish. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not one of those type of people who collect all the games for a particular system. I just collect the games that I want to play and that I had like special feelings for as I was growing up, or stuff that I want to play. So I'm probably going to be finished with that in another like 20, 30 years type game. So that was my journey on just starting back collecting, because I'm glad I did start at least before everything spiked up, because it's crazy out here, man. It's crazy, especially if you're collecting like Sega stuff, Nintendo stuff, and like old PlayStation stuff. But to get it, what I get is good, man. So watch your pockets, people. Watch your pockets.
I think we're all thrilled to have started when we did, for those who got in before the craziness. Like I said, when I first started collecting Sony, like nobody wanted it. Like people were into Nintendo pretty hardcore. Like there were a lot of people collecting that, but like Sony PlayStation stuff, like dude, like you could get like Suikoden 2 for like $60.
Ooh.
Yeah. I bought Silent Hill 1, I think, for like 40 or something, and I thought that was
God.
expensive. I was like, 40 for a PS1 game. All right, I really want this game, and I don't see it much. So, all right. It's
I said I remember when Conker's Bad Fur Day was $25 at GameStop, and now if you want to complete, that's gonna run you about $325. Like,
Damn.
times have changed, man. Times have changed.
Here's the okay. Here is the underground disc right here, right? These are the underground disc right here. So I love these because this was. Let me make sure this is the first. Yep, this is the first PlayStation underground disc, and it didn't hold up well. But here's the first underground disc. You got this. You got like a and so funny. They said it was in Irving, Texas. If you can take a look at that, right? They were in Irving, like 20 minutes away, right? From where we at, me and Ness is at. Well, Ness probably about 30, 40 minutes, but
Yeah.
here's the second one. But this is the most famous one right here. This is Underground Disc 2, right? When this came out, this had the first demo of Final Fantasy 7.
That's beautiful. Ooh, that's lovely.
The first, and this one, if you know what you're looking for, it's not expensive, but sometimes it is. But you can see it has like this the disc right here. And then what I was talking about, like the PlayStation 2, this is the underground, not the underground, I'm sorry, this is the US PlayStation magazine. So these right here, tear these off, and then you have like at the back it says it was still PlayStation Underground, right? But it was the official PlayStation 2 for the PlayStation 2, so they switched it up. And then the demo disc, they had all these on there and stuff. So some of these discs are kind of rare. So don't sleep on demo discs because you never know. Like a lot of demo discs are super rare because they got games that never came out. I know a few games that had a few discs that have that games that never released, and that was the only way you can play them on a demo disc.
I'm gonna have to go back and look at mine because I picked up like a stack of PlayStation demo discs at a garage sale in the neighborhood last year. And they wanted, like, I was like, well, how much do you guys want for these? They're like, oh, just make us an offer. I was like, $5. He's like, yeah, here you go. I'm like, oh, okay. So it was like this massive stack, and it had a couple of PlayStation 2 games in there, PlayStation 1 games. It's just no manuals, no box or anything like that. But I'm like, okay, I might have to look through those a little better.
You'd be surprised at some of the games that are actually on the demos. Like I've gone through and found one with, this is like full of games that are rare and expensive.
Yeah, really good games.
Yeah, really good games. And you remember like those demo discs, right? I remember exactly trying to find the SmackDown one when it came out, right? But only certain stores had it. It was like exclusive to the store. I think SmackDown was like exclusive to like KB, I think, at that time, or it was only a KB in my area. And so I had to drive like 30 minutes to the next KB toy stores because it's in the mall, and just to get that. And it was like sitting like, how you see those free magazines in stores. It says take one. And I was like, I'm gonna take two.
Oh, you one of those people, like, please take one. It's like,
yeah. It was so great, man. I had to get that because it was great, man. I love getting those demo discs because that's the only way you can get like new games now. Now you can just download stuff, but you actually had to go out, track it down, get it, and then open it, put it in your disc and play it. And it was like it was just good times, Easier now, but you had to really go out your way to get those demo discs.
Yeah, and back then, like I mean, I don't know how you were, but I was so hungry for games, man. Like it wasn't like now where I had like a backlog of 1,000 games. I was just like dying to play anything new, anything. Even a demo disc, I would play the hell out of it. I'd probably play like 50 hours on a demo disc.
You'd be mad when it ended too.
Like a demo, and the demo would only be like an RPG, for example, and it'd be like the first level. And every playthrough would be a little bit different, so you just keep playing the demo.
Oh man!
I remember my buddy. He got the demo for Metal Gear Solid 2 when we were in high school. Now I'm dating myself, I guess. And I never will forget it. It was like 4 of us, and we were just in awe at how amazing the game was. It was. I mean, the first was just the tanker mission, the first half of the tanker mission. And we must have played that for hours over and over again. We were just amazed at how good the game was.
Well, I'm
Man.
probably
Good
gonna out,
times.
I'm probably gonna out myself, but I'm gonna be honest. I used to steal those demo discs from like Target and toys back then, because man, all I wanted was the disc, and I'm like, man, I don't need this book. Why am I gonna read? So I used to, I used to 5-finger discount a couple
Oh
of those.
my
Hey,
God.
but in hindsight, one of the ones that I took had a demo for Half-Life 1 that was on PS2. That game was
Nice.
so good, it made
Mhm.
me go out and buy it when it came out. So, I took a free demo disc. I could have paid for the $8 magazine or however much it was at that time. But hey, look, the developer got a sale off of me. So look, it's a win-win, bro. It's a win-win. Don't at me.
Hey,
Hey,
I
look,
know
this
demos
was
are
years
free.
ago. There's no proof, all right? Allegedly.
I mean, you should have started with allegedly this happened.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's
You should have started with allegedly.
Hypothetically, this was a possibility that this might have
A guy I know.
Yeah, there you go. Oh,
No, it's
man.
so cool though, right? We talking about this, but just think about the links that we had to go, and we used to all sound old as hell, but the links we had to go just to the thirst and get a game. Now it's so easy to like just download a demo, and it kind of goes. It made me think about, and we don't want to start this new conversation. This is just for another podcast, but games. It was probably talk about the reprints later on. We're gonna talk about, but how easy, like if you got games like on a disc or like emulation. Yeah, emulation. That's what I want to say. How emulation is like so. It's okay, but if you have I have my PlayStation 1's emulated. I have a lot of games on there, but I still buy PlayStation 1 physical disc, right? But I'm not probably going to play every game on the emulation. It's so easy to play it, but I think I will play my disc copy game before I go try to play an emulation, because it just, I don't know, it just, because you look at the list, right? You have all these 100 games and like, oh, what I'm gonna play. But if you got like games sitting on the shelf and like, okay, I'm gonna play this today, I'm gonna play that tomorrow, or play, or just take it out and look at the cover and the case and stuff. So it's great things for both emulation and collecting. So I think both can survive. I think both can survive together. I think both are necessary. But yeah, I just couldn't, we had to do so much. Man, it made me feel good. I'm feeling all warm and fuzzy and stuff. And just thinking about that, because I was thinking what Mega was talking about, right? Like when GamePro came out and I couldn't afford it, but shoot, I took my pen and paper, I sit on the desk, I write them codes down and stuff. And like I had it until I can get that magazine, so I can, afford that $5 a magazine, because that was expensive back in the day,
The back of the magazine was what always intrigued me, because those were the games that were, you couldn't get. You had to call a 1-800 number to get them back in the day, right? It was always one of those mom and pop shops that you could order them from. And they're like, hey, mom, I want this game. They have Dragon Ball Z. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've never seen a Dragon Ball Z game. I'm like, well, that's in Japanese, but
one of my
you're not going to be able to read that.
one of my favorite ones was in the back of, I think it was one of the GamePro magazines. It was Game Cave, and I specifically remember that they had Japanese imports of everything. So a lot of stuff that was either in very low print in the States or stuff that we just did not get, Game Cave always had it. That was the first place I found that Mega Man's name in Japan was Rockman. That blew my goddamn mind when I found that. I said, his name is Rockman? Get the fuck. Really? Bro.
You would have nailed last week's quiz. That was a quiz question and no one got it.
No,
hey, you remember this Rocket Man? You mean
Mega? Boy, get that out of my face, bro. I want to see that.
You mean this one? You mean this one?
Nice.
Not to mention that we didn't have YouTube back then, so you didn't know what all the games were on the shelf. So reading those magazines, you'd be like, I'm reading about this game and I remember it. So next time I go in the shops, I'm going to be like, Mom, this is the one that I want, because I know all about it, even though it's just sitting on the shelf.
Yeah, didn't have the walkthrough videos to be able to help us through the game. We had to get a strategy guide, or if we're really going way back, calling the 1-800 number at Nintendo.
Yeah, dude. I had to. Yep.
Have y'all ever okay? I remember doing this, right? I saw a game in GamePro. I did this for I did it for Mischief Makers, and I had to like kind of draw it and like write everything down and then call this number and say, okay, hey, I don't know what this game is, but I'm gonna read it to you. Can you please help me get this game? And I stood on there for like 30 minutes talking about Mistress Makers because I had written down everything GamePro was talking about, but it never came out. And that was the first import game I ever ordered, and I couldn't understand shit. But I played that game, and the game was good. I just couldn't understand anything. I beat the game. I just couldn't understand. And it was so great on the 64. I was like, oh, this game is like next level. And that time it was next level because it was like that 2D, 3D sprite game. I don't know. It was just weird. It was just, I remember talking on the phone to this person who had import games. Say, I read everything. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I got that game. And it showed up like about 3 weeks later. Man, my mind was blown. I couldn't believe it.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I've tried to get some games to play in Japanese, but other than shmups, I can't really handle it. I tried to get like a Phantasy Star game for the Vita because I really like Phantasy Star, and they came out with one for the Vita, and I was just like stubborn. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I don't care how hard could it be. I don't know what the hell I was doing at all.
I played Viseria with the fan translation guide online, but I'm more for the gameplay, not the cutscenes. So.
Oh, L Win, look, he said I definitely ripped the page out of tips and tricks. All of us probably did that. I know I did that. I know I took. You didn't do the Ness. You said no.
I was a
I
straight
did.
arrow.
Was
I was a
I
square.
Was I the only one?
Printing pages off the internet of the cheat pages, and you'd have like all the website things and like 10 pages of Grand Theft Auto cheats.
Was I the only one who fell for the? I can't remember if it's Tomb Raider 1. I can't remember if it's Tomb Raider 2 or 3.
I know what you're talking about.
But allegedly
we all fell. We all.
There was allegedly a new code. I said, "Oh, I can't believe it."
I think all of us fell for that. There wasn't no new code.
I sprained my thumbs trying to get that code to work. Right, man.
Yeah.
You know what they did in the second one? Because of all the rumors, they added the cheat to the game. But what it did, it blew Lara Croft up.
Oh,
That's hilarious.
Hey, speaking of Tomb Raider, man, when they first came out, it was really good though. I used to hate though when I was playing Tomb Raider. Remember, like in some areas you get to her and she jump and then she'll slide and then she go and just fall over. I used to hate that because they would. I don't know if they did that on purpose. I always call that the Mega Man jump because you know, like on Mega Man, you got them bricks that go. That I think that was their version in Tomb Raider because you get there and go, you'll slide and go and just fall. Like, hold on, man, and she'll just die. I'm like, really? For real?
And then you put Crash Bandicoot on and he can land on this ledge that's like not even touching anything.
I know.
Just one toe hanging on a ledge and he's safe.
Yeah, man. That's crazy.
Hey guys, on this show we got a few different segments and one of those is a quiz.
So
it's time to play Figsy's quiz. So tonight's going to be very special. We've got our regular quiz done by Pavel, and I believe Sylvan's done some questions as well. But we've also got some questions designed around the Mr. Right Way podcast. So I hope you guys have all been familiar with the show, because this should be fun.
I better not get these wrong.
Gentlemen, who would like to go first tonight? Joe's not going to be doing the quiz, so just be you three.
I nominate Ness.
Of course you do.
Ness,
all right, I'll go first. It's fine.
Each question is going to be worth 1 point. If you get the question wrong, Ness, Steve will have the chance to steal. Steve, if you get the question wrong, it will then go over to Mega, and it'll just keep going round. Second question will be Steve's. If Steve gets the question wrong, it'll go to Mega, and it will keep going like that.
Sweet.
Let's get into it with question number one. Joe, you want to pull them up, and I'll read them?
Yep.
All right, question one. This is for Ness. What was the difference between The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess for the GameCube and the Wii? Was it additional locations, additional boss, mirrored screen, or microtransactions?
Oh man.
He said that. He just
my buddy on my buddy Zelda hat guy. He's gonna hate me because I don't know this.
I'm
gonna go ahead and say. I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, do I get a lifeline for real?
No lifeline.
Okay. I'm gonna go with additional boss.
Incorrect.
Okay.
Steve, let's go.
Oh, I'm gonna say it's easy, but I think I do remember this. It was the mirrored flip screen. I think
the answer was the mirrored screen.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. That's what I remember. Yeah, I remember that. Because I had to buy both of them because I bought the GameCube version. Okay, I remember my brothers were mad. Okay, so I bought both of my brothers the GameCube version for both of them, and then one brother like, I don't play that, I don't want that one, and one of my brother wanted it. I said, okay, well, fine, I bought the GameCube version, and I bought myself the Wii one, and then years later, I found out about that, and then but the GameCube version is still worth more than the Wii. I was like, I'm gonna give him the GameCube version because it's gonna be a little cheaper. It was cheaper at that time. It was like about $10. No, it was like $30, and the GameCube was like 59. So I was like, okay, so yeah, I kind of remember that.
Hey, Figs, you mind bringing up that screenshot of that the Mirror Zelda game again, real quick? Yeah, like it. I mean, other than him being pissed off on the right side, I mean, it's clearly like the difference. One he's left-handed, one right-handed, but yeah, I would assume
he's on the spectrum a bit on the right. All right, question number 2. Steve, this one's for you.
Cool.
What was the name of this portable gaming console released in 1993 in Europe? Was it the Ultra Boy, the Mega Duck, the Great Goose, or the Super Snake?
We had something like this, but it was a little different. But I never seen this version. We had like a green one. There was a green shelled one. But I think this is called the Ultra Boy.
Incorrect. Mega for the steal?
I ain't gonna lie, I've never seen this abomination a single day in my life. So I'm just okay. So he said Ultra Boy. Okay, so I'm just going from the aesthetic, the color, the design.
I know it now.
2 face buttons. I'm gonna go with.
I know.
I'm gonna go with the Super Shake.
It's not the Super Snake. Ness for the steal? You got a 50-50?
Mega Duck.
Mega Duck is right. Ness gets the point.
You know what? Like I should have
Stop
said that.
Stop looking at the chat.
I wasn't looking at the chat.
You what? I looked at it right here. Look, I found it.
Yeah, I did not even know that thing existed. So that was
sounds like an expensive bottle of vodka. All right, question number 3. Mega, this one's for you. Which of these Xbox 360 games was on 3 discs? Was it Star Ocean: The Last Hope, LA Noire, Wolfenstein: The New Order, or Lost Odyssey?
I'm gonna do process of elimination. I know it's not Wolfenstein. I know it's not LA Noire. I'm kind of stuck between Lost Odyssey and Star Ocean: The Last Hope. Actually, you know what? I know what it is. It's Star Ocean because I just remembered Lost Odyssey that had 4 discs. So unless that Wolfenstein is like a trap card or something that I don't know about, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna go
to my trap card,
bro. We're gonna go for Star Ocean. We're gonna go for Star Ocean 300.
Star Ocean. Congrats, Mega.
Okay.
All the other games have got 4 discs. So
hold on, that had Wolfenstein had 4. Oh my god, bro!
Yeah.
Oh, those are collector's editions, right?
No, that was
the LA Noire.
Whoa,
yeah, LA Noire had 4. In America, it had 3 here in the United States. I don't know overseas, but I know Lost Odyssey had 4. I know Lost Odyssey had 4.
Because the 360 is DVD technology, not Blu-ray, so these didn't store as much.
That's crazy that Wolfenstein has 4. I knew about the LA Noire, but that Wolfenstein, boy, that I thought that was 2s, but 4 that would have.
I only seen
that
2.
one.
Yeah, so at the end of round 1, it's tied on 1 point apiece, guys. It's still anyone's game.
All
All right, question number 4. Ness, this one's for you. What collector's edition came with this finger USB?
Oh, I thought that was something else. I said, boy, like,
yo,
it is not midnight yet. Why are you showing this? Look,
I know what that is.
Resident Evil.
Which Resident Evil?
I'll say yeah.
Oh, damn.
He said
Resident Evil 3.
Incorrect. Steve?
Let me look it up.
That man cheating to get off the phone right now.
Forfeit.
You said this came with Resident Evil, right?
No,
this didn't this come with. No, what did you say? What was the question? What did you say? Seriously.
Which collector's edition did this stick USB came with?
I thought
Ness
it came
said
from my
Resident
collector's
Evil
edition or
3.
something.
Oh
I thought
my
it was on
god.
my finger. Came from the Steve collection. No, that's not my finger. No, Larry, ask the question. No.
That's so bad.
Boy, you would have got offended getting that collection edition. What y'all
I'm
trying to say?
Chat. The chat. I'm going with the chat. The chat says Resident Evil 7.
Come on now. You over here getting
The
lifeline.
chat trying to help. Is it
Oh.
7?
I'll give you the point, but I don't want anyone stealing from chat.
Larry, we got it right. Yeah. Oh, we got it right. Oh, it's 7. I chomp on his fingers like this.
All right, question number 5. Steve, this one's for you.
Uh-oh.
What limited edition PS4 came in grey blue?
Great blue. Oh, when is it? The Days of Play?
Incorrect.
What?
Gray
Mega?
and blue.
Gray and blue.
Oh man.
Oh, gray and gold. That was gray and gold. My bad.
Gray and blue. Was it
Oh, I think I got it in my collection.
gray and blue? Was
Yeah,
it the,
you do, Steve. You do.
I do.
I don't think that it is because the blue
I
was
jumped the
throwing me
question.
off. Boy, is it the PS1 limited edition PS4? It was like a 20th
Yeah.
anniversary, something like that.
Yeah.
Is that it?
No, incorrect.
It's
That's not it?
okay. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
because the blue was throwing me off when he said gray and blue. The gray part, I thought that was it, but he said blue. I said, I don't think.
Blue.
That's that color right there.
Yeah,
So
this
it's
color.
not-
Oh, it is that
it's-
color.
So
Oh shoot. Okay, I know now. Okay,
it's
I
not
know.
the 20th edition.
I
20th
know.
year edition.
I know
Not
what it
the
is.
20th edition, no.
I know what it is. I know what
What
it
is
is.
it, Steve? I'm not going to give you a point, but you know what it is.
I know what it is. No, I know what it is.
Go ahead. I don't.
Go ahead.
It's the Uncharted.
It is the
It's the Uncharted one.
Oh, you know what?
Oh.
I completely forgot Uncharted had a PS4.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that last week.
Oh.
I saw that last week because they got the Uncharted, they got the Batman, they got the
Mhm.
Call of Duty, but then the PS4 and all those, and then they got the white one also. So because I was planning on getting all these, but I said stop. I stopped myself because I remember I'm in the Uncharted, but the Uncharted one was I saw that blue. I was thinking like I went to the gray one. I had this one. The 20th anniversary is over there, right?
Mhm.
And I was going to get the Uncharted and the Batman one because you could take
Mhm.
those plates off and stuff. But yeah, I remember that. And I saw that ugly blue. Oh, I knew what it was. Yeah.
Question 6. Mega, this one's for you. What handheld console is this?
Oh, I know that.
What
one too.
handheld?
Ooh, I
I was-
know that one.
I was
I
about
know.
to. I was about to say Wonder Swan, but I know that's not it.
Mm. Come on, man. It's
I'm drawing a
easy.
blank, man. I'm drawing a
Look
blank.
at Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
The color throwing you off, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the color that's throwing me off. It's
Okay,
really
he picked the
that's
color
throwing
because of the
me
reason why.
off.
The Nintendo is a good clue.
Nintendo is a really good clue.
I'm drawing a blank. I'm a pass, bro. I'm sorry. I
Yes.
can't do it for the team.
But
I
still,
don't
I
know
don't
what this
know
thing
either.
is. I don't
I don't
know
know
what
either.
this thing
I'm
is.
about to pass
Okay,
on it.
I hope I know. I hope I got the right answer, but
Steve,
isn't it the Pikachu edition like 1 or 2 or something like that?
Oh,
The Pokemon
yeah,
Pikachu, something like that. Like it's like a Pikachu edition thing.
Don't know
I
if
was
I can give you a point for that.
I was
So
thinking
the name of it is the Pokemon Mini.
Okay, yeah, like a Pokemon Pikachu thing. Yeah,
Oh, Whopper. Okay, Whopper.
but in
Blue.
Japan, they have it's like called like the Pikachu. They got a Pikachu edition of that blue one too.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, they got a Pikachu edition blue. Because when I was in Japan, I was gonna pick that one up because they had it next to the PSP, not PSP, but the Pocket Station.
Mm-hmm.
So they
Okay,
had the Pocket Station. And
number 8. Mega, this one's for you, I believe.
All right.
Oh no, question number 7. Sorry. What is the last name of Mario?
I was say, isn't it Mario? Like what? I was say, it's like Mario, right? So I'm probably gonna go with Mario.
Yeah, Mario's correct.
But that's a wild last name. Like, what's your name? Mario. No, your last name, Mario.
Well,
What type of trickery were you playing on me? What's
it's Mario and Luigi are the Mario brothers, so that's
Yeah.
where it comes in. That's
Mhm.
Mario.
Ness.
Okay.
What wrestler had his own Xbox Connect game?
The Rock?
Nope.
Incorrect. Steve?
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan is correct.
Oh.
I knew it was either gonna be Hulk Hogan or Macho.
Hulk
Man
Hogan's
Randy
main event racist wrestling.
Wow.
All right, next question. This one's for Steve. What wrestler appeared in a WCW, WWE, TNA, and AEW game?
And we said an AEW. Oh, hold on. He said.
That's all you, Steve. 'cause
Oh, I know,
do
right?
not-
I
I got.
know.
I
I
almost
do
said
not
wrong
know.
answer. You said. Oh, hold on. Go again now. He said-
WCW, WWE, TNA, and AEW.
Okay, the TNA is the one that's holding me up. Let me see.
Oh,
TNA
I
is
actually know
holding me
this.
up.
I think.
I have an idea.
Oh, well, no, he's not in that. He's not in. I'm about to say something. He's not in that one because he's not in AEW game. Who's in AEW? Dang, hold on. AEW. Let me AEW Fight Forever. I'm trying to think about that. I just got it. Who is AEW Fight Forever? Because
I have 3 possible candidates that might.
no, I got to look at
I'm visualizing him right now.
Mhm,
I have
yeah.
him. I know
Yeah,
it.
I have 3.
Oh shoot! Okay, duh. Sting.
Why are you looking it up
Sting
though?
is-
No, I had
Correct.
to think of it. I had to think of that because I like
Oh.
the TNA game because I haven't played it in so long. I got it. I was like, oh yeah, Sting is on the cover. I'm like, because I'm about to say Jeff Jarrett or Kurt Angle, but they're not in that.
I was either gonna say Sting, either it's gonna be Sting, Goldberg, or I think Kevin Nash. Those are my top 3.
Go,
I said
baby.
Cody Rhodes when I was practicing, but I got it wrong.
Oh, you know, I mean, Cody Rhodes, no, he wasn't in the TNA game. Sting has that's pretty cool because Sting has been in most of the games. You know, and he's been in every major wrestling game. So that's
Mhm.
it. Yeah. Because they was gonna put him on the cover on the AEW game, but then they put when CM Punk did that stupid stuff, they just said, let's put all these other people on here.
All right, next question. Mega, this one's for you.
All
So
right.
I'm going to show you 3 pictures. You have to tell me which action adventure video game series this is.
Oh, that's so good.
What action adventure? Let's see. We got Cake, Pirates, and the Warriors. Okay, so Cake, that would imply something sweet. Pirates, okay, you know, are this, matey this, steal, plunder, and all this stuff, booty this. The Warriors is what's throwing me off. Cake, pirate ship, and the Warriors. What
Cake booty.
is it? This is gonna be a shot in the dark for me. Is it Fat Princess?
Not Fat Princess. Ness?
That was good.
Mm.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's why I was because I know it has like some elements of like the pirates and the sweet in it, but like the Warriors is the part that's throwing me off completely, to be honest.
I got nothing.
I
Steve?
don't. Dang. So he's okay. I'm not looking at the chat, but ask me the question one more time.
So this is, I'm showing you 3 photos, and it's an action adventure game series
On the PlayStation?
on multiple different consoles.
Oh damn! That makes it
Oh,
harder.
multiple different consoles. Okay.
Woo.
And it has Cake.
Pirates.
Is it
Oh,
Final-
I think
is
I
it-
know this.
is it Final Fight?
Wasn't Final Fight.
Can
So
I
we were
can I
looking
guess? Can I
for-
guess? Can I guess?
Yeah, go Joe, tell us.
Is it One Piece Pirate Warriors?
It's One Piece Pirate Warriors.
Yeah.
You said Pirate Warriors. I thought
One
it was
Piece
gonna-
pirate.
One piece
Oh
of cake.
my god! Yeah. Okay, I
Yeah.
get. Yeah, when I got the one piece of cake. Okay.
That's cool.
The
Okay,
pirate,
One Piece.
yeah, that was a good one. I ain't gonna lie.
That
Like,
was a good one.
Okay.
unless you unless you know of that or like a fan of that, you wouldn't have gotten that. So
No,
that's
I
a really
like
good
One Piece, but I never thought about One Piece. But then you say the Pirates and the Warriors. Now I get it. Okay, that's
Yeah,
I
good.
like
knew
that.
about the
That
Pirate
was
Warriors
good.
series.
It
That's
was
the
the
only
Warriors
reason.
that was throwing me off. Like that's what was really getting me.
That's
Dude, that-
really good.
All right,
That was
next
a good one.
question is for
One
Ness.
piece of cake, pirate.
Ness,
That's a
how
good one.
many Barbie games are on the 3DS?
Oh, what? Well, you getting some of the hardest ones, man.
Was it 3?
Correct answer is 3. Ding, ding, ding.
Let's go! Finally got one.
I'm looking like okay.
Next question is for Steve.
Uh-oh.
For what game console is this device?
Larry, look at that. What do you want? Where? Oh,
Well, what?
that is Nintendo
Oh.
64.
It's literally just like a 3D printed piece of plastic that could go on anything in the world.
It's a 64.
It is the N64.
There you go.
Funny, mine's didn't look like that, but then I think I had an off-brand one. Mine's
It's
kind of
the-
looked like
yeah,
it kind of
was
like
that.
it kind of looked like a guitar pick.
Good
That's what
job,
mine
Larry.
looked like.
Good job.
So
Good job,
this-
Larry.
Steve just got that one.
Yeah, Steve got that one. All right, Mega, next question. Who was the first guest on the Right Way podcast?
Ooh,
The first guest.
you gotta go back on that one.
Yeah, it's got a The first guest that wasn't a part of the initial crew. Was it a woman? All right, we can't
Not
disclose
giving any
it.
hints.
Okay, no hints. First guest. Was it
You would have watched it too.
hold on. 1 second.
You gotta
Is
go
it,
look. He going looking through my stuff. Go back and look through the live.
Is
it?
What was it Tech Buzz? Like it's the first guest?
Incorrect. Ness?
Was it him?
For the steal?
For shame on me,
I
man.
think this is a trick question. I low-key want to say me because I was an original part of the cast.
Incorrect.
Damn.
Steve?
What do you?
Damn, got my ass again.
I suck at this game.
Are you counting before I actually did a podcast? Or are you counting?
No, it's the first episode that you titled the Right Way podcast.
Okay, the first person. Ooh, which person? I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna let people go. You go ahead and tell somebody. I can't do that. Cause I can't answer that because it ain't gonna be wrong. But I don't
All
want
right,
to do
the
that.
first guest was the immortal John Hancock.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
Yeah, long time ago. Yep.
Oh, you're talking.
Oh,
Oh, okay, he's talking. Yeah, he's
Oh.
talking about before the new age, right?
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I would have
No,
never
I-
got that.
That's like called the Right Way
Never got
podcast.
that.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it was like long. I need to add it, and I actually need to go back and add those other guests too. Because of him, it was I did one with Ron Functions, I did one with Shane Helms, I did one with Mega ran before, and I was just torn with the idea of doing it. So I need to add that to the old feed. I think I'm gonna add those like a throwback Thursday kind of episode. I'm gonna do those. But yeah, I would feel right to be trying to get that back. So
All right, Ness, next question.
Okay.
Who was a guest on the Right Way podcast first? Was it AyoMega or was it yourself?
It was Mega.
Correct answer was Mega.
look at that. Oh,
That boy sexy.
that boy good.
All right, Steve, final question. Big Z was first a guest on the Right Way podcast with AyoMega, Ness, and who?
Dang, now you made me forget my own people. Was it dang, I forgot, man. I actually forgot. Was it
Oh,
that was that first time, wasn't it? With that was just on the whatever Tech Buzz. I forgot.
It wasn't Tech Buzz, Mega.
I forgot on that one.
It was.
You remember yourself who you was when the first time? Who was that?
It was Steve, Figsy, me, and you said there's a fourth person. That was
Ness
all of
was
this.
the fifth person.
Oh, there was a fifth person.
I forget. I actually forgot that was.
Hold
You
on.
see how long
Bam,
my
bam,
memory
bam,
is, y'all.
bam. Was
I
it?
can't remember my own guest on the podcast.
Hold on. Was it?
I remember my first, but I don't remember my last. That's bad. Yeah, I remember my first.
Was it? And it was a guest, or it's just five.
There was five of us on.
Five of us on. Was it Alex? Was it him?
Incorrect. Ness?
Yep.
what?
You said what?
Okay.
Come on, it's episode 12. Come on, Ness. I'm gonna give you a clue. He's your best friend.
Oh, it was Zelda Hat Guy. Okay.
There you go.
Mm,
And that this week's winner of Bigsy's quiz goes to Steve.
Zelda Hat
Congratulations,
Guy looks
Steve.
really upset by right there.
Caught that steal
He's
frame.
gonna laugh at that one.
Oh, he's gonna crack up.
He's
Thanks
gonna
so
laugh.
much for playing, guys.
Congratulations,
that
Steve.
was
Yeah.
really good questions.
All right, we
Robert.
won. Yeah. Woohoo.
Well,
It's good when I make you think about yourselves.
you win a
was
brand
funny.
new car.
I think Larry,
No, I
Larry's
don't
feeding
need
him all the
that.
answers.
I know Larry gave me all the answers.
The camera.
No, Larry, not. Hey, I'm changing my battery. I'm sorry. No. Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness.
The dial-up.
Dial up. I know.
Oh
Right?
no.
I love it. I love it. Pixie.
I had to change the
love it.
battery. Look, see Larry eating the battery. Larry, why you
AOL
eating the battery?
dial-up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, these batteries on. I need to get me something so I can last through the whole podcast. These batteries, man, they go quick. Especially with these lights on here.
Yeah, you
You
got
gotta
that
change it
360
mid-through.
battery. You got that 360 controller battery.
Oh damn.
I know.
That's what it looks like. exactly what I
Yeah,
Oh,
thought
you
it
got the
was.
light in? Oh man.
Always have the rechargeable batteries on the wall.
Yes.
Mhm.
Last you about 20 minutes. You got to go back.
I know,
and
right?
restart another one.
Yep.
That was funny.
God forbid if you were playing a game of gun game on Black Ops. Oh, my battery died. Oh, too late.
Oh,
It'd be like 1v1 right at the end. and
Oh
then
my
battery
god.
goes.
Dude, just plug into the console, man. Don't stop getting these batteries.
And do you just picture like that big dude from South Park, like it's sitting all the way back with an Xbox controller? I don't want to do that, man. I'm giving up my life.
I got one right here. Look, I got one right here. Remember, look,
Just
you gotta take
like
them
it.
batteries out and stuff.
Mhm.
Man,
Mm.
Those
That was a
controllers are awesome, though, man.
Those
The
are
first,
good time, though, man. Good
freaking
the
time.
first
awesome.
batch, the first edition of those batteries were amazing.
they
They
were
lasted forever.
ever.
And
it got
then when I
weaker and
like
weaker.
when they died and I had to go back and get that last gen version of those batteries, they were trash. They just did
but-
not last.
This was a badass controller though. This S
Hell yeah.
controller.
Oh,
Still
yeah.
is by today's standards. Mhm.
I still
It
use
is.
One of the
that.
best.
When they
Top three.
added when they added this like bottom like directional pad right here, it was over.
Mhm.
It was so good. It was so good. And then everything felt so like flush and like you just,
Yeah.
it just
Real
felt like
comfortable.
you can close your eyes and like, oh yeah, I got it right here. Boom. It
Yeah.
the 360 controller is so freaking underrated.
Mhm. No, I
It's
love
good.
it.
It's good. And it goes forever, man. Like all you gotta do if you get a bad battery, just get you some toothpaste and like clean it all the ticks out and stuff, and then get you like another fresh battery pack and put it on there, and boom, you ready to go.
Yeah, I
It was
remember.
hard.
Rechargeable batteries, you can buy the back plates really cheap online.
Oh
These-
yeah, you sure right about those. Them back plates was amazing.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah, that was
Hey,
the
guys,
only
did you
thing.
guys see the new limited production company that came out this week, Limited Legacy Games.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, unfortunately, you told me about it, and you know I can't control myself. Why did you do that? Now I have some strange game called Piggy's Revenge. I don't even know what the hell it is showing up.
Piggy's Revenge.
I was
I
extremely
don't even
confused.
Pigsies.
Limited
Pigsies.
Legacy Games.
It was.
I think
very
Figsy made the site, and he's trolling us, and he's making this Pigsy game. I don't even think it's real.
So this is what the site's come up with. I'll zoom in so you guys can see better.
It's like there's no picture of the game. It's just
No
coming
picture.
soon. And
Coming
they got
soon, Pigsy's return.
Hey,
$66.
it was $224,
Oh my
though.
god.
So
Damn.
we're in a deal.
Everyone, it's not even a proper image. It doesn't even say coming soon. They've like cut it.
Boy, they
Coming very
hitting,
soon.
they hitting
$40.
us with the Metroid Prime JPEG image type deal we got going on. Actually, no, that at least that was animated. This is just a coming soon time with it.
the audacity to have the price of the game and no picture of the actual game. Say,
I don't
hey,
even know what
trust
I'm
us.
getting.
Hey, that sounds like
I
modern.
don't know if
Doesn't
that was
sound
a
like
horror
Mario
game I
Kart.
ordered, an action game. That could be a kid's game. I don't know what I just purchased, but I bought it. So
Honestly,
we'll
that
find
sounds
out.
like modern game development. Now that I think about it, it was like, oh, we're just gonna show you a picture, pre-order it now. Like, dude, I can't.
Well,
Hey, y'all can't
normally-
even show us like the assets, a gun. Like,
you can
axe?
Google it and find out stuff normally about a game, but there's nothing on that game. I looked it up. I'm like, I can't even find out like a screenshot. Nothing. I don't
Man,
know
you-
what it is.
brave.
$70.
Hey, that's how Poop Slinger became a thing. If you didn't order Poop Slinger, it
Yeah,
looked
that's true.
Ooh.
That's true.
Can you still
like
order
you
that?
didn't win it.
Can you still order that?
Poop Slinger?
Poop Slinger.
No. The game
Yeah,
you
you
just
can
sold.
still order
Yeah.
Pigsy's Return. Yeah.
I need. Hey, put it in the private chat. I need to get that.
Dude,
Oh.
I'm getting it. I like I said, hey, if it's worth $225, it's gotta be got some nice stuff. It can't possibly be a scam.
I mean,
Hey,
that's
no,
one hell of a
seriously.
discount they gave you.
Yeah, right off the
25
bat.
from $65.
Right off the bat, and shipping $10, by the way. So it's like
Now, am I tripping or is
$9
it actually
today.
called coming very soon? PlayStation 4. Is that the title or this is a placeholder?
Placeholder.
Placeholder.
I think it's
I
just a
don't know.
placeholder. Yeah. Too bad you get the game and that's the actual cover.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, coming soon is like, boy, this is stunning and brave right here. Like, I don't even know what this is, but it's coming very soon. It's just thought provoking, man. It's
That'd be awesome.
Well,
Well, you
I-
open the box and then the disc just says "coming soon."
it's like,
I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say something else. You open this like, oh, my face.
Oh my god, bro! Pause, bro. Pause.
You been like, hey, I got the new PS4 game. Oh, look at my face. Oh, it was too soon.
and then you flip over the back of the box says coming soon again. Like, oh no, I already had enough of the first one.
Oh,
I said twice in one night. I said this game must be good.
you saw the trailer for the game, right? They had the announcer and everything coming to another PlayStation 4 console near you. Open the box and it's coming back again.
All right, you need to do some voice work for the show when we're done.
Hey, but you know what? Seriously, y'all, while we joke about these PS4 games, this is the best time to buy PS4 games. Wait, all these discounts out and stuff. Because I'm telling you, like in another 3 or 4 years, these PlayStation 4 games, that these cheap games that nobody wanted to get, they're gonna be expensive.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
Absolutely.
Yep.
As soon as
Starting to see them.
as soon as the new consoles have no more disc drive,
Like
it
the NES games,
immediately-
like
oh
like
yeah, that's
this,
a good one.
like this right here. I
Yeah.
bought this game for like a while
It's hard
ago,
to
for
find.
like
The
$69,
ESRB.
right? Like $69, right? I hope they reprint this game so people can play it though. But seriously, now this game is like over $100. I didn't even realize it. But I guess this can go into our conversation about the reprints. But anytime I see a PlayStation game that says only on PlayStation and it's by NES, NIS or any kind of RPG, that freaking game is always doubling in price.
Dude, have you played that game, by the way? Have you
I played the first one. I heard this was pretty good though.
Both of them have some of the most messed up dialogue I have ever heard in a game
Really?
in my life. It is twisted. It is like dark humor, even that I'm like, damn. Wow. I was like, I cannot believe that's what this character just said. Like, it is really like
this one. This is gonna be like I don't think it is.
No, I agree with you on that one.
You're like one of our friends think it's gonna be like the next Bloodwood Tale. Not Bloodwood Tale, but Ruler Rose. I don't know how true that's gonna be,
I
but
don't know
we'll
about
see.
Ruler Rose, but
Yeah.
I did a video on rare and collectible PS4 games and showed that one because I found it once and then just never found it again. You know, it's like if you can't find a PS4 game when they're in the shops, what's going to happen in 10 years when these games aren't in retail stores anymore?
I mean, the time is collect now, and like we should learn from history. We need to learn from history, y'all, because like just look at everything. Look at history. All those games that nobody bought. Now these games are super expensive, and people are like, why are these games so expensive? You had the opportunity to buy them. GameStop every day is doing like not every day, but at least 3 times a week are doing like buy 2 get like 2 free, or buy 1 get 1 free, or 4 for 20 or 4 for 40. I mean, on like a lot of stuff, and it's no excuse right now for not to collect for PS4. I think PS4 and Xbox One is the games in the 360 and the PS3. It's time to do it. It's time to get those games.
Speaking of the PS3, we had some interesting news break yesterday. So about 12 months ago, there was a reprint of Siberia and Painkiller popping up. Everyone was like, well, this is, the most expensive games on PS3, but they weren't being sold by retail. They were being sold on Whatnot for auctions, and they were still going for hundreds of dollars. Well,
Mhm.
yesterday, Video Game Plus in Canada announced that they've dropped them for retail price, so you can now get Painkiller in Siberia for $79.99 Canadian, which I believe is $70 US. And like if you look on eBay, these games are still going for $200, $300, $400, including the reprint copies, which makes no sense. Do your research if you're buying an expensive game.
And they're
But yeah,
still available. They're still available.
available. So PS3 collectors, if you haven't got these games in your collection, you're probably never going to get them cheaper than today. So go and grab Painkiller in Siberia. Yeah.
Nice.
That's crazy too, because like I'm looking on a website right now. I don't know if Fizzy you want to bring it up, but Siberia, Siberia and Painkiller. I remember having Painkiller before the first variant and didn't know what it was. It actually sold it for like $200. Now I kind of wish I didn't sold it. The collector in me still wants the first edition, especially the Siberia, because that's an expensive game. I don't know how good it is, but to see these games now, like Siberia for $79.99 for like in America is like $59.99.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of happy that these games are being reprinted and people be able to buy those. I mean, it's great, but I know a lot of collectors are upset because these are like being reprinted. I don't understand it. Like a couple weeks, like a couple months ago,
one per customer, so they don't want people scalping them or anything.
Mm-hmm. I was just
Thank
about to say
you.
that. Yep.
Yeah, look, I got Attack on Titan, a reprint, and on the PS4, and this game used to be like a $200 game.
$200, yeah.
Yeah, and it's no difference between this and the first one. These on the PS3 has difference, like the name THQ Nordic, and it doesn't come with a manual, and you just want to play the game. So if you're a serious collector, you're gonna get both. But I don't see why people get mad about it. I mean, it's freaking video game. Like people
that got into collecting late. There's a lot of people going for full PS3 sets. The PS3 set has just become a lot more accessible because the two most expensive games have been reprinted. You can still complete a set with a reprinted Painkiller and a reprinted Siberia.
You can.
Like you haven't got a complete set because you've got the reprinted versions of those games. So I'm all for reprints. I think they're great, especially when the company's advertising them as a reprint, selling them for a retail price, doing things by the book.
And you don't have to buy it. I mean, you complaining about it. You don't have to buy it. Let somebody else. You know how many people are going to buy this? A lot of people. I noticed that collecting, and this only happens on like Facebook groups. And you got to start looking at Facebook groups. Facebook groups are like 5% of the collecting market, especially on social media. Everybody else is like, oh, I want this. But the Facebook groups, the Twitters, and all that stuff make the loudest noise. And they probably still going to buy this stuff. I really do think I'm all about like having more people be able to play this game because a lot of people want these. A lot of people don't care about collecting expensive games. And then what we hear all the time, we collect. Oh, I would collect, but it's so expensive. PS3 still getting games brought out right now in 2023. I would never thought to see this many PS3 games at one time to be re-released. That's great.
Do these have any? Do the covers, the inserts, do they have any like differences in terms
So
of?
they all don't have manuals. So they all have the manuals, which is
okay.
artwork, which is a big difference. So if you want a manual with your game, you got to buy the new one. But it is a legit copy. It's brand new, new case. It's sealed, and it's got the inside manual, which is the trend these days.
Gotcha.
So if you're really a true collector and you want to be a true completionist, you'll get both copies of this. But in the end, it's probably going to bring the super expensive copy down because on eBay, people don't really understand. If you're not a true collector, you won't understand like this is first print or second print. But a lot of people who complain, they want to make money.
I was on eBay yesterday, just searched Painkiller sold listings. I found one reprint copy sold for $500 Australian.
Woo!
I looked up Siberia. There was a reprinted one went for $400. So in both games, and eBay is the wild, wild west. There's people out there that have no idea what they're buying. They watch a couple of videos on YouTube and That's it. But there's a lot of people out there who spend 2 years researching a certain game before they bite the bullet on it. Yeah, like, you know exactly what you're buying. You know why it's that price.
Yeah.
There it is.
But I think this is good for the community because if somebody don't, somebody else will, and there's nobody trying to get over on nobody. They're making it clear right here. You're buying it from the website. THQ. They say, yeah, sure, we'll reprint it. I wish more companies would do this. The only people who are mad is people who are insecure about their collection. Like, oh, my collection is worth so much money, and want to be like gatekeeping, like, oh, this game right here, I have it, you don't have it, but my game is worth $500. Just doesn't, it's dumb. I thought video game collecting was about community and sharing and playing games, not about bragging. Oh, I got the most expensive game, which. It's okay. It's nice to have like, oh, I got a couple expensive games. Ness got a lot of expensive games, but
why you asking for me on blast?
deal stuff, man. I told him, oh, man, look at him. He rich and he buff. Look at that PlayStation shirt like this.
Shut up.
I got a PlayStation shirt. Look at me. Oh, look at it. I mean, hey, I start working out. I'm gonna get my chest like that too. I'm like, hold on, like this, all tight and stuff.
Man, this is flabby, man. This is all for the cameras, man. You don't know.
But look at that PlayStation. That PlayStation logo go way over here like this.
Because my fat ass is stretching the shirt out, bro. What are you talking about?
Look at what you say, looking like a linebacker over there for that PlayStation. Like, what's your number 42?
You don't know this is NFL Blitz.
I know, right?
2000 right here. The greatest hits version right now.
Hey, what's your number is 96 when PlayStation came out, something like that. But it's good, man. I really do enjoy this. It makes me feel good because a lot of people get priced out nowadays with video game collecting, and this is like the most expensive game that people want, or the most desirable games. I don't know how good they are. People will want to have those in their collection. They make them feel good, and I think people should be able to get that.
Yep. I mean, if you look at it for some consoles, like if you're talking to some collectors. I mean, you blasted me on Neo Geo, Steve, so I'm just going to bring it up anyway. I've talked to numerous, like, big-time Neo Geo collectors, and the question came up of if SNK decided to actually do an official, authentic reprint of some of the games that we can't find, would they buy them?
Yeah.
Like, the channel split all the way down the middle. Like, some of us were like, oh my God, that'd be so great. Some of the games we never got to have. If it's all the same boards, the inserts look the same, if the manuals look the same, I'm all for it. Maybe they have some kind of like indication on the back of the insert. Maybe do that. Right. Yeah. But then the other half were like, no, it's always been a high Rolls Royce style console to collect for. No, leave it at the way it is. If you want to go buy a fake conversion game, then go buy that or just play and emulate it. So I'm like, is that really the right way to go? Because there's numerous people out there that want to play games. And like, let's be honest, Neo Geo's been out for what? The AES came out in 1990.
Yeah.
And those games have lasted all the way through to PlayStation 5. Literally. They rebrand these games every year because they're classics. People get to play them on these consoles. Why not? Why not do it? Would I buy it? Yeah. For some games, hell yeah. Slug One, hell yeah. If you told me it's gonna be $100 for a reprint, and it's like authentic and it's from SNK.
Like Fizzy, go back and check out like Reggie was talking about, don't get fooled by into the Siberia collection, right? And he joking, but like I think it's pretty good to have a popular game like that, one of the most expensive in the top 5 PlayStation 3 expensive games, to have in your collection. And they're telling you up front, this is a reprint. This is not a bootleg. This is not like, a fan-made translation. This is actually a reprint by the company for people to have. Now, the collecting market will decide which is valued more, or will it drop down, or will it stay the same? I think that's what some people fear. I think it's a lot of people, and this is my opinion, what I've seen online, a lot of people put their like self-worth in their collection, which I don't think you need to do that. You got to collect. It's always going to have somebody who have a bigger, better collection. Sorry, I mean,
Yeah, Neo. No, I'm just
yeah, I'm sorry.
Wow.
Bigger, better, Neo Geo stuff,
Sorry, man. Sorry.
It's all good.
Look, Reggie,
I am
Reggie
jealous.
Forgot how the chat works. Look, Reggie must forgot how the chat works. He said, "Oh, y'all can see my chat." No, we can see it, bro. You forget how live streams work, man.
We're throwing it up now. We've improved, Reggie. We got big time production now.
Yeah, he said, "Y'all can see my chat." Yeah, we can see you, brother. We can all see it.
Well, Ness,
That's
you
why I'm
better have
glad
a
he
good
said that
point too.
crazy.
Imagine like an 18-year-old getting into the video game scene and they watching Neo Geo videos and they're like, I want to get into this. And then they look up the price of the cheapest games and they're like, well, I can't even afford the cheapest games. So why would I bother getting into it? But if games got reprinted and they could buy them for $100, they might fully get into the system and then eventually, start collecting and, it's new life into the system and it's great bringing new collectors in. But right now it's a scary system to even start.
Oh, it's a horror movie. I'll be honest.
Quite
It
literally.
It is a horror movie, but it to that point, I think it's a generational thing, and I think we've discussed this on our podcast a couple of times too. Because my daughter's a gamer, and she I mean, literally, we just talked about this earlier. But the way she looks at it, the way her friends look at it, they download, play. She's constantly, "Hey, Dad, can I download this game?" And she's perfectly fine playing that way. She doesn't need physical anything. As long as she has a device that she can play it on, she's good. She doesn't need the game. And I think that's where we're going. Like, as we look, in the next 20 years, the only folks that potentially would be collecting physical are us old guys and gals that still, that's how we grew up, was physical. We're going to be collecting. And then those who like to look at the history of video games and say, hey, I'm not from that generation, but I value and appreciate video games as an art form, and I would like to collect physical.
Like vinyl.
Like vinyl.
Like the vinyl scene.
Exactly.
So like vinyl died in the 90s.
Yep.
And like worthless. And then it just slowly resurgence because like the scene, people liked the collecting, they liked the artwork, they liked the hunt, they liked that aspect of it. People started to appreciate it. So like I do think there'll be a scene for it. But my thing is like, once all the consoles are like, they force the hands, there's no disc drives anymore, then what? Is it just going to be so I theorize that they could, indie companies could be releasing games on the Switch and PS4 for eternity, dude.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? For all eternity.
Yep,
for
like
sure.
If you want to make a Castlevania 8-bit style game, you can release it on the Switch for all eternity. So like, I think like these consoles, this generations, like that we'll be collecting for these for like years.
It's gonna be like Larry. It's gonna be like my dinosaur friends.
That's right.
They're gonna be dead like me, my friend.
Yep.
That's right.
We're gonna have to talk about Larry, bro.
Hey, y'all, Larry is a dapper dinosaur. He went through every single. Hey, did you go through the Atari? I went to Atari.
No, he was not.
He did. He went to play Pong.
There's a point that I wanted to talk about that AJ just brought up. AJ said, my only issue with VGP is sometimes they charge a bit much for reprints. And now I looked up, I bought Siberia when it first came out at retail, and I paid $29.99 US, and they're charging $79.99, which is more than double. I mean, it's Canadian price, but it's more than double what it was originally. So it's not a complete, hey guys, we're selling it for retail, because I'm sure they would have paid cheaper than $29.99 if that was the original retail price.
Yep.
Siberia is the same price.
Yeah,
but look at the other games they're selling for $20. So why can they sell these for $20 and the expensive ones for $80? So they are obviously taking a big lot of the cut as well. So it's not.
And it doesn't have a manual.
it doesn't have a manual.
That right there is that's a no for me. Just because, like, I get it's a reprint. I love that, but I have to have a manual. I like the manual.
I do too.
It's just a weird thing. It feels incomplete. If I'm gonna collect physical, I want it to be complete.
Yep.
Right. And
Yeah, that is.
if I'm gonna pay for if it was $29 and now you've upped the price to $79, where's the extra funds going to? Because you have the code to
The
put on a
shipping and
disc
all that stuff.
and ship,
Someone
right?
it.
Yeah, right. I get it. You got to make money. You're doing that.
I
Perfectly understand that. But if you're
Yep.
going to replicate a version of a game that's already expensive, at least do it 100%.
And then it's on principle too. Because think about it, you're paying full price for a new game. You expect that it would come new, the same condition that it first released whenever it came out. And then you got to think about, all right, so well, since these reprints don't have the manuals in them, the only thing that's gonna do is make a sub market for people who do have the manuals in it. So, all right, well, since they're doing reprints of the games, I got the one with the full manual. Manual's about $120 now.
Yeah,
who's that gonna help?
It almost gives me a GameStop vibe.
You think it does, don't it? It does.
It gives me a GameStop vibe.
Because
you know what though? Speaking of GameStop, they have, since retro games are starting to slowly come back, I have noticed like the GameStops have been down here and around the Texas area, right? They'll put the manual, like the PlayStation 3, they'll take it out the case and they'll put it behind the thing. And I'll look like, oh, where's the manual? Oh, we got it right here because somebody want to steal it. I said, oh, that's pretty cool. But that's not every GameStop. They're just some GameStops with a knowledgeable staff. So, you got to have like people who are not knowledgeable, will they do it or will they not? Like I'm looking on eBay right now, like the MX versus AT Supercross. I see really cheap, cheap like $8, $9, $10 and stuff like that. And this is like the Nordic version. So it is weird, slippery slope for both of these. I'm happy they're out there. The price is another thing. Yeah, they are targeting like us. They're talking like hardcore collectors because like everyday people who play games are not going to play that if they're not in this collecting world. If you're in the collecting world, you be like, "Ooh, okay." After the honeymoon phase and the excitement dies down, should I get this for my collection? Most people will because they want to have it in their collection. Look at Africa. Africa is a horrible game, but I mean that game is like reaching 150 to 200 sometimes, depending on the auction and how complete and how clean it is. If they did that, I mean, I would happy for it to happen. I see both sides. I see the collector side who does have this already, who bought it when it came out, but most of the people are really like they're fine. They're not butthurt that the game is selling. The people who are really butthurt is the people who put 100% their insecurities or their self-worth into their collection. Like their collection defines them. My collection doesn't define me because I can let go into this shit anytime. I don't want to, but I mean if I had to, I would. It just you know what you're getting into when it comes to this game.
At the end of the day, it goes back. It's kind of a statement that I make at the end of my videos now is collect and play the way you want to collect and play.
Yeah.
Right. We're a whole community of individuals that have a common place, and that's video games. We may come from different walks of backgrounds, whatever, but the common thing we have is video games.
Yep.
And it's the game itself. And I think, the community has shifted a little bit in terms of, oh, well, that's not the right way to collect. That's not the right way to play.
Or how much is it worth?
Yeah, or how much is it worth?
I hate that question
every time.
It's shifted. It's shifted as we've gotten older. We were the kids that just enjoyed playing the games, and we still love playing the games. But now we've become the adults that we're the kids that played the games, but now we don't have the time and the hours in the day to sit at the house, chill, and play these games all day, every day. We don't have that, but we still love and feel the passion of the game and having that game.
And we all lie to ourselves and say someday.
Exactly.
I'll play all my games.
Someday.
That point.
Every one of these games I do
I'll retire and play all of
intend
them.
on playing. I want to.
Playing.
Every one that I bought, I want to play it. I don't, when that happened, I have no idea. But
I can tell you, out of my entire collection, right, my NES, my Super NES games, and my 64 games, I played all of those games.
Yeah, growing up, we played all these games.
No, I'm not talking about growing up. I'm talking about right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about
yeah,
no,
Ross. Okay. I
You
believe
talking about
you.
right now?
Neo Geo.
Right now.
I've played all of these games.
But shoot,
All
for
of them.
20, I mean, every game you got is $2,500. You better play that damn
You
game.
better play it. Exactly. You got to get
Why?
your
You're buying one
Why do
game
you
a
have to
month?
do me like this, man?
I'm sorry. Hey, you know what? I would be proud of. Hey,
I am
you
proud.
know what?
I am
You're
proud.
balling. You
No,
ball.
I'm
No,
not
no. Be
balling.
proud. No, seriously, you have a right to be proud of that collection because
Mhm.
I mean everybody can't do that. I mean, wait, hold on. Most people can, but most people can't keep it. Can't keep their house under control and buy that. Look at that.
That's high class society right there.
That's great.
I can't stand y'all.
Everything in your collection is beneath me.
Hey,
It's true,
hey,
though.
y'all.
I
didn't
Hey,
even look
look,
for that. I was just
let's drink water like
I
this.
am
Let's
completely
be like
humble.
this.
No,
it's like I collect Chevys and you meet a guy who has a Ferrari collection. Like, oh,
like,
that's
look,
nice.
I want to stay as humble as possible. Like, I mean, I know, like, me doing Neo Geo content is tough, right? I mean, whenever I do a video that's related to Neo Geo content, there's always someone that's like, I know that cost you thousands of dollars. Why did you buy that game? You could have invested this. You could have done this. You could have done that, right? And I always take the positive approach with that. I'm like, look, I didn't always have an opportunity to have a video game collection. I wanted video games. I love video games. There was a time in my life where I couldn't even afford a $60 game.
Mm.
You know? So it's now I've just been, you know, I've been blessed to be able to have a collection. And this is something that I find therapeutic also.
It is
right?
therapeutic.
It's
Absolutely.
like I don't go out a lot, you know. I don't have I have a few hobbies, but a lot of those don't cost anywhere near the amount that all this does. But
bet
I'm
not.
willing to splurge on that because that's what makes me happy. My wife completely understands that. She's like, this makes you happy. I'm happy if you're happy with that collection. And now she's even started helping me.
Yeah, dude.
She's helping me with my collection.
And
So
we all work, right? We all work.
Yeah.
Like, what do we work for? If I can't buy some stuff that makes me happy that I want with my damn money, I don't give a crap what anyone thinks about it.
Exactly.
Like, I'm fully planning on dropping lots of money on Shadow Tower for PS1. I don't give a damn. I want it, and I'm getting it. I don't care if I have to sell stuff, trade stuff, work overtime. You know, that's how I always justify it too. I don't know about you guys, but like, I always try to like work overtime or pick up an extra shift or like sell some stuff or flip it to make it feel like it's not as irresponsible when I spend a lot of money on a game. You know what I mean? I can't just deduct it straight from the bank account. I have to be like, all right, I'm going to trade in these 3 and then I'm going to like, you know, do this and then I'll pick up an extra shift and then I'll buy it. It's not so bad.
The most expensive game I bought was the same week I sold a game for $500. So like money came out and then it went back in. You know, it's like you're not actually spending anything. Hey guys, we've got a few different segments on this podcast, and one of those segments is called Show and Tell, where we show you guys some really cool items from our collections. That's time for some Show and Tell.
Oh, there it is.
What
Figsy Jesus? That's Figsy Jesus and
What
Joe.
the heck?
Joe
I wouldn't
Riggs.
say that. That face is pretty gnarly, bro. Like he just all into it. Just
the face.
calm down, calm down, buddy.
Wow,
We just showing off the good stuff.
That surprised me.
Who would like to go first today?
Go ahead, Steve, since you nominated me earlier.
I got so much to show. I don't know what to do. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna open a brand new game that I got on the channel.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say that for later, and I'm gonna show it first, but I'm gonna go back around to it. I'm gonna actually, when everybody finish, I'm gonna open God Hand live here on the chat. God Hand was a $200 game. I'm actually going to open that and make people who seal game collectors cringe in fear. But let's say F y'all. No. All right, so let me just go through these real quick. On the channel yesterday, and Reggie was in the chat. You go check that out. The PlayStation Pursuit. He met up. We walked in the same game store, and it was like, "What?" I was like, "It was wild. It was a good episode." But I ended up getting some good games. Like first, I got like Red Ninja on the PlayStation.
That's a good one.
I've been wanting that.
And all these are complete. This was $85, but I didn't pay anything. I used credit, right? Next one me and Ness is one or this is probably his number 3. I say my number 5, but SNK
Oh,
2.
yeah.
Am I right? Number
Nice.
3 for you?
What?
Number fighting game. Number 3 for you?
Oh
Or
yeah.
what?
Actually, yeah, that's number 3. That's number 3.
Okay, this is my number 5, but yeah. And then Samurai Western.
Oh,
Ooh,
dude,
that's a
nice.
good one. That's a
And
nice
then whew, this one right here. I haven't even shown it on the channel really, but these two, I cannot believe I had my possession. Right here, I traded for, and all these I traded for. This right here is probably the we talk about expensive games, but Mortal Kombat 3 Black Label Edition,
Nice.
right there.
That's sexy
About
right there.
$800 to $1,000
Yeah.
game.
Mm.
This game right here is super duper expensive because it's super rare. Also, it's a variant of the long box collection, but definitely if you find this or you had this in your collection, you have probably a, like I said, like I would say $500 to $1,000 game. You do because it's so freaking rare. And speaking of another rare game, but it's cheap, and I advise nobody to pay anything over because there's one on eBay right now for $1,000 and it's stupid. But on the PlayStation Pursuit, I've been going for every greatest hits game, and it's one game in the PlayStation 2 library that's super hard to find, and it's Shrek the Third. This right here is the disc only one. But last week, my buddy asked me, "Hey, can you what games you looking for?" And I said, "I'm looking for Shrek the Third. I need the complete copy." And I said, "You ain't gonna find this." And dude's like, "Hey, got one down." I said, "One down." I looked up, and bro had the complete copy. This game is clean as a whistle. It like the shrink wrap just got taken off of. Now, some collectors will only show they got this, and things we don't talk about. They won't show that they got the whole. This is the real. This is no reprint. This is actually real. This game is super hard to find on eBay right now. It's one for like $9.99, and it is.
Damn.
And
For
you don't
Shrek?
pay that for Shrek. Yeah, don't.
Good
I
lord.
got this for $8. $8. Now
I
for
looked
this
into
right
that
here,
game. It looked like it was only released in Brazil or something.
I don't know where this really. Hey, we found this in the States, so I don't know. It's weird, man. Like these games like this are only like I don't know how. First, this got a greatest hit, so it had to sell so many, but this got a greatest hits release, and I don't know. It got to be more out there. So I'm hoping, like me putting this on the channel, more pop up so other people can get it. Because I know a lot of people would like to do subsets of the greatest hits. So, but this is one to look out for. That and on a PlayStation 1, Donald Crisis is pretty hard. But yeah, I found this first, but then I got that. But I'm gonna let everybody go first. But then at the end, we're gonna actually open this up on your channel because I want to play this. So we're gonna open this brand new. I'm gonna smell it. I'm looking to see how good it is. I'm gonna open this. So everybody go through.
All right, well, I'll go ahead and take the reins going. I only got 3 items so far, but it was overall a pretty good week though. I actually got this in the mail today. The Sonic, hold on, I'm paying that in closer.
Nice.
The Sonic Origins
nice.
Plus Collection. I was gonna get this last year, but I kind of figured they were gonna do the same thing with Sonic Mania. They were gonna release a plus version, and they was gonna release this with the physical version, art book, some extra goodies and things like that. So this is pretty cool. Definitely, probably not gonna play that anytime soon because I got it on GameCube and I don't feel like going through that anymore. But that's gonna be in the backlog for a later day. This is the game that I actually truly love on Game Pass, and I liked it so much I decided to grab it physically on the PlayStation 4. That is Wulong
Oh,
Fallen
dude, I want
Dynasty.
to pick that up
Oh,
too.
I don't wanna
I
get
just
that
get-
too.
I just
I
like
haven't-
this. I
The
got
price
this.
just dropped, so I'm thinking about
But
getting
what's
that.
funny is I got this on Amazon, but it was a price error because usually they got the new listing for items and then below it they got the pre-owned that sellers usually have. I clicked on the pre-owned and then one was like $49.99, and then I looked under that listing. Somebody was selling this for $2.99. I said,
Damn.
I don't
That's
care if
mine.
it's used.
I said, that's mine. That's
How
mine.
many
I'm not
copies
sure
did
if
you order?
but I'm not sure if it was a pricing gear. I'm not sure what was going on. Maybe they probably had one and they was just like, oh shit, I forgot to update the pricing. It was like, it's gone. It's gone,
They
buddy.
forgot to put a number at the front of that.
Something, man. And the only imperfection that's on it, like, I don't know if you guys see it, is like a little, like a scratch right along
gash.
there. But I could just, I got like
Swap the
200 and
box,
something.
yeah.
I got like 200 and something like PS4 games. I could just find a case to like swap that out with. That's nothing.
Damn,
but
that's
this,
nice. That's a
Yeah,
good
that's-
steal, bro.
That was a nice deal. But this one was really special because my birthday was a couple of days ago, and this was something I literally woke up to. My fiance was gone; she went off to like do some other stuff in preparation for my birthday. But when I woke up, I was greeted by this.
Oh,
damn.
Yes, sir. That's the Mega Man X6 blade armor from the Mega Man X6 game. So I woke up, I'm like trying to reach over to give her a good morning hug, and I saw this right where she is. I was like,
he actually rolled over her to get to that.
I said, she knows my love language, bro, and she knows like this is my shit right here. And
That's fire,
this is for some reasons like certain places don't carry this. It was on Amazon, but it was like $100 and something, but she was able to find it somewhere for like cheap, apparently. So yeah, that made my morning, man. It's like
it did. That's why I love y'all, man.
we did a lot of things that day, but how she surprised me with this, how she surprised me with this, waking up, that was all I needed.
That's a lot. You did a
That was
lot
all
of
I
things, huh? You started your birthday. You got your birthday off, didn't you?
Oh, come on, bro. But that's all the things I got this week, man. It's been a pretty good week, man. Pretty good week.
Happy birthday, bro. I'm happy. I still
Thank
gotta
you,
get
thank
something for your birthday too, so don't worry. I gotta send you something.
Oh, appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
All right, so I got some pickups. I don't have no crazy god hand sealed, but I got some cool stuff. So I'm addicted to shmups. If you guys don't know, like I can't stop buying them. So these are a couple of new ones I got. This is
nice.
this one is
Nice choices.
Trouble Witches Episode 1 Secret Ladies of the Night or some crap like that. I don't know what it is, but it's like
Cute 'em
it's
up.
like it's a cute 'em up, yeah. It's kind of like Cotton meets Death Smiles. That's exactly how I would describe it.
Oh, that's
But
beautiful.
dude, it is really good. I've been playing it like for the last like 2 days, and I freaking love it, dude. So I recommend it. It's fun.
Play
And then,
Asia.
yeah, Play Asia. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Same with this one. Castle Shikigami 2. They were released on the Switch. This is also on PS2, which I have that version too, but it's a shmup. So I bought it because it's a shmup. That's just my problem. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. And then, like you said, everything's super cheap on PS4. So I've just been buying a bunch of games that I've been like waiting on that I want, and like just stuff like this. So I picked up Abzu.
Oh, no.
Nice.
It was like $9, dude.
Oh,
And
nice.
I'm like, okay, yeah. I picked up Dredge. It's a horror fishing game.
Horror fishing game.
Yeah,
What?
What? I need to get that. 'Cause I love me some
Horror
fishing
fishing.
games.
it's
Actually,
a
like
horror themed fishing game. Yeah, it's actually really dope. The Switch copy was actually sold out for a while and kind of hard to get. So I feel like that one might be the one to get if you're into like value or whatever collecting. But I play most things on PlayStation. So
Well, if y'all ever watch like Deadliest Catch, like that show in itself is like a horror show. So I can understand like I can understand how they could lean into the horror aspect because I can't be no fisherman. Can't do it.
So this was $9. Couldn't say no. 2-point campus. The
That's a
enrollment
nice
edition.
case.
That's
a
what I'm
lovely
saying,
color.
dude.
I love that color pattern.
I
Good
bought
deal.
so I got this from my girlfriend on the Switch, and it played like dog shit basically on the Switch because basically as soon as your campus gets to be a respectable size, the Switch dies. It can't handle the thousands of characters walking around. So anyway, I saw this for $9, and I figured the PS5 might have a better shot at it. And then I got some limited run games came in. Finally,
How long you wait? Like 6 years for that?
dude, for these, like 8 months, probably at
Okay.
least.
God.
But, like, I bet a bunch of people have already gotten these games, but I finally got mine. So I got Return to Monkey Island finally.
Is that an old Monkey Island game or a new one? Or
This is a sequel to Monkey Island. It's a newer game.
Okay.
Point and click adventure. Yeah, it's pretty fun. You know, I like games like that. I'll probably play it in a decade or so.
I played it on the PS3.
He'll
And
play it
then,
just as long as he waited for it.
Yeah,
I feel that. I respect that.
someday.
I respect that.
I bought the PS3 ones about 2 years ago, and I haven't played them yet either. So, I got Power Slave Exhumed.
Oh, I've been looking for the Switch version of that, but it can't find it.
Yeah,
Can't find it.
it's a boomer shooter. I've loved this genre. I love like Doom, Quake, Wolfenstein, all that stuff. I'm obsessed. So I will again buy any of those that come up. Just love them. And then I picked up this one. I don't even know why. I heard it was
Night in the
good.
Woods.
It's an adventure game. I heard it's pretty good.
There's so many good PS4 games out there that's cheap that you can buy that people just don't know about. You know, the PS4 is almost like the PS2 era.
Yeah, when you think about
Oh,
it.
dude, it's insane.
It's crazy.
I think that PS1's still my favorite. PS4 might be my number 2. I honestly think it's my second favorite generation at this point, just because it's just amazing how much stuff is on there.
It is.
So kind of cool thing. So so I work at a college, and I used to train people. So I had always had people coming through, and I'd always tell people, "Hey, I collect games. Hey, I collect games. You know anybody? Anybody?" So this lady was just like, "I got some game stuff. Do you want it?" And I was like, "Absolutely. I don't even ask what it is. Yes, whatever you have. If you're going to give it to me, especially for free, yes." The answer is yes. So she brought over this giant box of PC games, which is really not my cup of tea. But inside of the box was an enormous amount of PS1 manuals.
Ooh,
Dang.
nice.
So I have just manuals, and they're in really nice shape, dude. I
They're
got
uncommon
tons
games,
of
too.
cool ones.
NFL Blitz 2000 in there?
I wish, bro. You know what I have in here though? That's tons of. That's kind of neat. There's a bunch of these collector's edition ones.
Nice.
Oh, the Army Man? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's quite a few of the collector's editions on there. There's Crash. So they're not nothing. There's nothing too crazy in here.
Some
that
poor
blew my mind.
collectors missing all their manuals, and they're like, "Why
Right.
would they take all the manuals out of these games?"
Yeah. So I mean,
That's a
Steve,
very odd, specific thing
if you want to
do.
upgrade any of your manuals for some of your games, if you got any, let me know, dude. I got a whole bunch. Got a really nice Spider-Man 2.
Okay, I might need some to on the
Sure.
greatest hits. Let me know what greatest hits you got, man. We can do some trades or something.
Sure. Well, this was all free, so I'm not even worried about it. But I got those, and then it came with a giant stack of PS2 manuals as well. Just an unbelievable amount. I really wished I had the games to go with them, but that's okay.
That's so wild.
Yeah, dude. I was just like, all right, whatever. And then I had like a PS2 online startup disc. I thought that was kind of neat in there.
Oh, that brings back some memories.
It does.
And
It
then,
reminds me that I couldn't get my damn thing to work. With Final Fantasy 11, that's what it reminds me of.
Came with a sweet Jack and Daxter poster, dudes.
Ooh,
that's sweet.
That
Nice.
was in there too. So I'm
You need to
like,
hang
all right.
that one up. You need to
Oh,
frame that.
That's going up on the wall for sure. And then the one thing that was really random and neat that actually was kind of cool is as I was going through all the PC games, randomly inside one of the PC games was a Pokemon Emerald manual. So this is actually worth a little bit of money.
Yeah.
So I was like, God damn, am I glad I went through these games. Why was this in, it was in Civ 6, just inside Civ. I was like, and of course, now I went through, I'm like, where's the cartridge? Please tell me it's in here somewhere. I don't care for the box, but tell me the cart's in here, please.
Are you going to sell that manual online?
Yeah,
And get you some more games?
Oh,
It's like a $50 manual.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, dude.
That's solid.
So, and then the last thing I want to show off, this is my big pickup. I did post it online, but I'm obsessed with music games, so I bought.
I saw that.
Ooh.
The Project Diva HXD controller for PS4 and PS3.
The
This
game
one
is so
is-
fun.
Yeah, this one is specifically for just this Diva X HD game.
Stop rubbing it like that.
Oh, hold on. Okay. So there's like a couple of different games. So this won't work on the Future Tone game. If you got that game, there's a different controller for that. This is just for the Project Diva X one. But
Will it work on Diva X too?
I don't know. Is there a Diva X too? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a
Probably.
She's
Probably.
so popular, that character. She got
Yeah,
her
dude.
own concerts and stuff like,
Mhm.
and she traveled her own concerts. It was she had a concert in Dallas some years ago. Somebody was telling me about like what?
Yeah, I mean,
I like your music.
I'm obsessed. I just love rhythm games in general. Like I'm obsessed with Beat Saber, Guitar Hero, Hatsune Miku, any type. I just like those games. Like putting them on like the super expert mode.
it's like brain crack. It's just like, I don't know, man. Like when it's going like 1,000 miles an hour and you're trying to keep up, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. It's like
Whack-a-mole.
so addicting. Like my girlfriend, she's like, you have a problem. Like I can't play like slow paced games anymore because I'm like, I'm bored. It has to be 1,000 things happening all at the same time. She's like, just no. So, but yeah, I love that stuff. But yeah, that's all I got.
Awesome
Nice.
stuff, dude.
Nice.
I haven't got some pickups, but I pulled some nice pieces out of the collection to show you guys. So here we have the Rockstar Games collection.
Ooh.
Now this
I remember Target
includes
used to have those things.
Grand Theft Auto 4, LA New York, Midnight Club, Los Angeles, and Red Dead Redemption in the one pack. It's a sealed pack. It's pretty cool. I believe it was only released in Canada and America. So if you're a PAL collector, you've got to import it. But yeah, I had to own this one when I first seen it.
I miss those Rockstar collections, and I would say I wish they would bring them back, but everybody knows Rockstar don't make no damn games like that anymore. It's like one game every 10 years, so we ain't getting those anytime soon.
Mhm.
But yeah,
And this next one's
awesome.
pretty rare and obscure. It's got a nice story to it as well.
Grand
So
Theft
this is
nice.
called Gran Turismo HD Concept Install Disc. So this was actually a cancelled Gran Turismo game. So after Gran Turismo 4, when the PS3 got launched, Gran Turismo HD was meant to be the new Gran Turismo game. It was available to download for free. So if you're on PSN in like 2007, you might have a digital copy. What it is, it's one track and it's like 20 different cars, and it was the new Gran Turismo game, and this was the demo to play it. So in a conference in Japan, I believe in 2007, they gave out like 2,000 of these at the conference, and that was the only place that these were available. They were never for sale. They were all given out at this conference. After about a month, Gran Turismo decided, we don't want to do this anymore. Let's make Gran Turismo 5. The game got completely cancelled. They got removed from PlayStation networks, making this the only version available to play. So if you do play it today, it works. There's one track, there's 20 different cars, and that's about it. Yeah, basically a cancelled Gran Turismo game. It's only available in this Japanese version, and this copy's sealed. It cost, I think I paid $200 for it a few years ago. But yeah,
That's really nice.
That's cool.
I'm happy to own it, and it's got a nice story attached to it as well.
I will add that to my list.
What do you got for us, Ness?
Oh, yeah. I got a couple things. First thing, I actually found this King of Fighters 2000. This is the PlayStation 4 version. So I was, the Pix and Love version. I was actually game hunting and found this for $45. So I was like,
Found it?
Really?
Yeah, it was
It's a good deal.
And
Was it found it?
No, I'm sorry. No, this is a limited run version, not the Pix and Love. This
Oh,
limited
okay,
run
okay.
version. No, this was when I was in Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah, so this actually came with the card as well, the holographic card
nice.
from limited. It's got the limited run on the back. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick that up. I have a Mark of the Wolves sealed, so I was like, I'm not looking for the whole set, but if I come across them in the wild, then I'll pick it up.
Are you missing this like Last Blade?
No, I mean I have Last Blade for Dreamcast and on Neo Geo, but I don't have the version for PlayStation 4. And then I've been trying to piece together this Super Metroid for like the last year and a half. So I finally got a complete Super Metroid, and I didn't want to pay store price for it. So I found a box for cheap. I found a cheap cart, manual, posters. I found them all cheap. So I paid half the price of what you would normally see online or in the store for this. And the box is pretty minty. So I was pretty happy about that.
It's a nice one to have, man.
And then lastly, this is my most recent Neo Geo pickup.
Oh, damn.
So and I got it in my case here, so I'll take that out for everybody. It's Metal Slug 4.
Nice.
And this has the classic insert. So the original insert to this, the modern version, is a yellow insert, which is actually under this. And then
those cases are just
so the manuals,
beefy, man.
The manuals have the little baggies and all that stuff, and then the cart just I mean, the thing's massive. It's just massive.
After the apocalypse, the only games that'll survive will be Neo Geo games.
Yeah, I mean, they're like tanks. They're tanks. They're tanks.
Oh.
So yeah, it's definitely. I need 3 more Metal Slugs to complete the Metal Slug collection, but that's going to be a while. That's going to be.
Is it a while?
I need 1, 2, and I actually had an opportunity to buy 2 a couple of weeks ago, and I couldn't do it. I didn't have the money for that. So
You only need 1 kidney, man. You could have made a deal.
yeah, I like all my vital organs. So
Well, I throw my fingers for games now.
yeah, appreciate it. So yeah, it was yeah, I have a feeling that I'm gonna probably pick up some more Neo Geo games probably in September, October timeframe. So that'd be the next time I pick up something decent.
Nice. Did you guys see this week that Twitter changed their name to X?
Gonna give it to you.
So we'll give it to you.
Am I a terrible businessman? No, everyone else is just wrong. We got another meme here about that. I found this in your browser history. Care to explain? X video. I was just watching the new videos on Twitter.
Look at the bird.
He's like, get out of here with that.
You mean open this now?
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Do it.
It's time to open it. Let's open God's hand.
Somebody's about to clutch their pearls right about now, man. I can feel
Well, I got the pen to open it too. Like,
No.
dun, 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 dun.
Real good song.
Oh,
Somebody's butt cheeks are tight right now. I know.
I know, right? Oh, I can't even open it. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Oh,
Oh,
you ruined it. Man.
Oh, you shouldn't have done it. No.
Oh,
How could you?
it looks so good though. Hold on.
Head exploded.
Wow. Look how
Here goes all the coins.
Like that mo just lost all of its value ripping that off.
look. Okay, look at shipped upside down though. That's funny.
That is funny.
You
Okay,
know,
so
it'll be
it's-
Oh, you got D-Nut,
Okay,
good dog. Oh no.
look how clean that disc is though.
Oh, God, it's so
wow.
crispy.
You know how funny
I know,
it'll be,
right?
like if you can get that gradient, it's like we can't give you the 9.9. You want it wide. The disc is upside down. It should have been straight up. Like damn, you only would have known that by opening it up.
Yeah.
I really like this game. This game is quirky and
You got to
fun.
do a
Really good
smell
game,
test,
dude.
bro. A smell
Oh,
test.
yeah.
is needed.
I was looking at picking
It don't
that. I just
smell.
dropped the app.
Is it a
Right,
You
reprint?
don't even got the vintage.
It don't have
smell?
no scent.
No scent at all. It's
Yeah, Neo Geo games got sense, bro. I'm telling you.
but here it is. You know, I opened a copy of God Hand. Man, this game is actually underrated, but kind of underrated, but it does have a cult following. This game is really crazy.
It's a good game,
wild.
What?
It's like the first like 3D-ish beat 'em up game that I think is like
What?
good.
What year did that game come out?
This game came out in I'm looking right now. My eyes are bad now. I'm getting old, yo. This game came out in 1999.
And it didn't have the PlayStation sticker seal?
Oh, you know what? I don't know because could this be like a second?
I'm pretty sure
print?
that was a reprint because they redone those a lot.
These,
of those.
yeah. This could be a second print. That's why I opened it like that. It didn't have like the PlayStation thing, but a lot of first prints on PlayStation didn't have that also too. You know.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember when they stopped doing that.
But this is good to have in my collection though. I'm glad I
Heck
have
yeah,
it.
man.
PS3.
That's a gorgeous copy, man.
It
There's
is.
some, some bangers right there in your PS2 collection.
You go-
Man, you know what? I'm so happy to have these back because when my car broke down like 2 years ago and I had to sell all that stuff and slowly getting everything back in the collection, even better.
Mhm.
So it feels really good though. It really does.
Mm.
Dude, the room
I'm-
looks sick too, man. I like how you redid it.
Thank you.
I
I appreciate
watched it a couple years ago. I like how it looks now too.
Thank
3DS
you.
set is banging. By the way, you cost me a lot of money getting me into the 3DS. By the way,
Oh, for real? I'm sorry.
I was watching all those videos and I was like,
I still got
damn, I gotta start getting some of these.
Hey, I got some couple 3DS videos go because I got to go over the whole collection. I haven't done that yet, so I still have to go over it. But yeah, man, it's like a couple people offered me some for the 3DS for my 3DS. I'm like, nah, not yet. but
No,
it
no,
is.
you got to enjoy it for a little while, man.
I do. It's seriously. It's one of the most it's difficult, especially trying to find like they Barbie and other stuff. It's a difficult set, but it's a fun set. Actually, like I played like almost most of those games, at least
Yeah.
about 300 of those games. But the 3DS, I will say, is about 200 bangers on there. It's good
Mhm.
games. Like it's a really good set. Like it's
Yeah, I think I bought like 100
425
of them.
about 425 in the set,
Mm-hmm.
25, 26, give or take, but about 200 games are so good. Really, really good games. Really
Heck
good.
yeah.
Games.
And most of those are exclusives to the 3DS as well, right?
Yeah, it is. It really is. Yeah.
Yeah, what pushed me over the limit too is like I just feel like even if you emulate that in the future, you're not getting the 3D aspect of it. So like if you want the legitimate experience, if you actually like the 3D, you're either gonna have to buy the games or you're gonna have to get a console and mod it or something. But like just playing it on a PC in a decade is not gonna. And also 3DS games are designed to look good on that screen. Specifically because they have that weird ass double screen thing going on, so they don't look that great on a regular screen. Like they don't look as good. So,
no, but also too, man, the systems are crazy. The systems are still going for the systems are still
So
going for retail or over, and that's I really have in my all years of like playing video games and now collecting. I cannot remember one system that came out. Well,
it's worth more.
Besides Neo Geo, that's still worth more than what it is. You know?
That's the running joke for tonight.
Maybe like
No, right?
the Vita would be one, but the Vita's got its own crazy collecting community. That's I got to own 20 Vitas and I got to own all the memory cards and
oh my god,
I can find Vitas for $100 though. Like, dude, you want like a Pikachu 3DS, you want like a Super Nintendo 3DS, dude. You're looking at some serious money right now. The Zelda ones,
the new 3DS,
and they
XL,
sell. I watch them on Mercari and eBay constantly, and they sell, dude. For crazy amounts.
They do.
Like
even a box is
$300
for so much. Like a I was trying to find like I have the Super Nintendo and the Zelda and the Pikachu. I'm trying to find a Pikachu box and I'm trying to find a Zelda box, and those boxes always sell for like $150 to $200. I'm like, I don't want to pay that. I don't. But I mean, the systems are the 3DS XL systems are really durable and really great. Like I'm around now. Like I'm going to like the Long Island Retro Gaming Expo in a couple of weeks. And I'm taking my 3DS. I'm getting all those, the people coming to. I say Spot Pass, but whatever it's called. But
a Street Pass, yeah.
Yes, it still works. I mean, the 3DS is such a good system. It's a really, really good system.
I agree.
That question with Irwin's video games,
Mhm.
or Edwin's, I'm sorry, Edwin's video games. Did the Barbie game go up in value after the movie?
I don't know because a lot of people
That's a good question.
A lot of people still do not understand about that game. And you need a bigger collector or a bigger YouTuber or somebody to like actually, or that game to sell for so much like on an online auction. Because right now, only really it's a collector's thing. Like the game is like $4,000 to $5,000. Me and two more people have it graded, but we don't know. I guess everybody one of us waiting to jump and sell it, but we're not trying to jump and sell it until like we find another copy. I will sell my graded copy unless I can find another Barbie game. Like I find it in Goodwill, like CIB, then I'll sell that. I'll put it online, but I'm not trying to like let that go because it's kind of like the stadium events of 3DS. People just don't really. Only the people really don't know about it because it's like Shrek. It's like one of those games like that's game costs that much or that's rare. No, it's not a popular game. It's a Barbie game. It's a horrible Barbie game. I mean,
there's not many people buying it, but the few people that are, there's like 5 or 6, and they're paying $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. So like it has got its value because the people who have been looking, actually, I know people who've gone for full sets and they've had to pay this. So there's going to be more people out there going for full sets, and that's the market. The market isn't going for someone who wants to collect Barbie games because they'll look at it and go, "That's ridiculous." But if you're missing one game in a full set, then it makes sense that okay, well, I'm going to save up for a bit to complete the set because it's got a reason behind being so expensive.
because the story behind that Barbie game is it was released in Canada. It released for a certain like maybe week or two. It's so horrible because it was on the DS, and then the copies that got sold, you know, probably got destroyed by young little girls and stuff like that, you know, and missing pieces and stuff like that. They just took it off the store shelves and it was discontinued. And that's the urban myth about it. I don't know, the urban legend about it. So
Well,
I don't know.
that
really
happens
don't
a
know.
lot. With
Yeah, it does
I mean,
happen.
I mean, what was Babylon's Fall is a perfect example on PS4.
Yep, that's true.
But would Babylon's Fall ever get? Because you still can buy Babylon's Fall for like what, like $30 on eBay now.
That's about all you can find it on is eBay.
Yeah, that's all you can find on eBay. But in the future, it may go up.
Oh, I know
it might. There's a chance. Guardians of the Middle Earth on PS3. It got deleted 12 months after it came out.
Yep.
There was
last
this one
copy in Australia sold 3 years ago for a couple of $100. It hasn't been one sold since.
There
so
was
you can
this
imagine it's only becoming rarer and more expensive.
There was this one game actually I still have on PS4. It was supposed to be like a competitor to Overwatch, Battleborn. Remember when they shut the servers off of that? I still have the actual game still in my collection. I can't remember if the whole thing is shut down. I know it had a single player, but I think when they shut them down, I think they took off all the servers so you can't even play anymore. But I still have that because maybe I don't know, maybe that might go up one day.
It's interesting. The game becomes worthless to 99% of people, but then to collectors, it becomes extremely desirable because it's disappeared out of the market.
And what the Guardians of Middle Earth, what is like a download code? I'm looking at.
Yeah, so it doesn't have a disc. It just has a cardboard piece of paper with a download code.
Because I know that
$300.
That Fortnite saved the world. I know that disc that if you have that went up tremendously in value.
Really?
I bought at Walmart years ago,
which is just absurd, you know.
Yeah, that the first print Fortnites that were the physical versions, those are really good to come by if you can find them, if you have it. Like if you get like the later version where it's like the expansion packs and all that, no. But if you get the very first print,
you're talking about the Save the World version. That one, the one before it became what Juggernaut it is today. You talking about that print?
Yeah, isn't it like a? I mean, I could be wrong. Wasn't there like a single player mode in that or something like that? There was an actual.
This includes Save the World.
Like the online mode wasn't the main focus of the game when it came
Battle
out.
Royale didn't exist when this got first released.
That's
it was like
so
a single
crazy.
player game.
That's just like it's like Dota and Warcraft 3.
Okay.
I keep wondering, like, if you were to even play that, is it still that version, or does it configure to whatever the hell the new Fortnite is? I always wondered that.
I'm sure if you go online, it makes you do whatever.
Immediately,
it's like Battle Pass. You want a Battle Pass? You want a Battle Pass?
So
you want to buy some stuff? You want some skins? You want hats? You want guns? What do you want?
That old version don't exist anymore. Then what I take out of it?
That's a good question. I've never even played Fortnite, so I'm not the best person to answer it.
I tried it for 20 seconds. I was like, nope, not for me.
I played it for a while, but then when people really started building the Taj Mahal just to get one kill, I said, you know what? Y'all build differently. I'm out.
I'm gonna go play Sim City.
They built the entire wall of China and did just to do one trick shot to kill a person. I said, bro, hey, look. It's been some years since I was subscribed to Ritalin. I think y'all probably need some of that because ain't no way.
Yeah, I just be honest with you. I can't play a game where I get owned by 12-year-olds. I just I can't handle it mentally. Just, you suck. Yeah, so do you little bastard. Like I don't think I can do it.
Yep. That's all I hear. That's all I've been hearing the last 3 days.
It is
like
true.
Clockwork.
Because I would be terrible. You know.
That's hilarious.
Well,
hey guys, this has been a really great show, but I think we might call that one a night. I don't know. Mega's got to get up nice and early for a flight in the morning. Mega, Ness, Steve, thanks so much for coming on, guys. If you haven't already, I've dropped all the YouTube and Instagram links below, so be sure to go and subscribe and follow everyone. If you don't already, check out the Right Way podcasts. That's on every Friday morning.
Yeah, every Friday around my Central Time, 9 p.m. Central, like right after WWE SmackDown, because I gotta watch my wrestling.
That's awesome.
I watch that man's wrestling.
Down, head over to Steve's
Non-negotiable.
channel and check out the
Hey,
Right
but
Way
you must be
podcast.
pumped when you get on that podcast. You're all hyped up after.
Hey,
that.
depending on how SmackDown is, yeah. But last couple weeks,
Sometimes it ends on a really sour note too, because they'll end on a cliffhanger.
Hmm.
it'll be good though. SmackDown been good last year.
Cool.
Well, thanks so much for coming on, guys. This has been a really
thanks a
awesome
lot.
Yeah, thanks for having
It's
us.
been fun. Yeah, thanks for
Yeah,
having
that
us.
was fun.
Next
Great.
show
Definitely
will
wanna do
be
it again.
a
Definitely wanna do it
European
again.
show on Sunday, so we'll see you guys there. Peace, everyone.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Peace.
Enjoy the morning.
Everybody.
You found